Hello, everyone. Welcome to the PIPCAST 3000, which is a bi-weekly podcast which goes up every other Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific, usually, and having a Bethesda open world-y kind of topic kind of stuff where we talk about RPGs that we like, or in this case, maybe an article that has some ideas that could be totally off, and we get to make fun of it. So I'm Caedo Genesis. This is my co-host, Bad Company Sarge.
Hello there.
And we are joined by one of our consistent guests, William Strife.
Hello and welcome. It's nice to be back. As I was prepping to save the file and everything for this, I realized that it's been like 30 episodes since I was last here. So
What?
30?
No,
That's too many.
You were here like 4 or 5 episodes ago.
that's not possible.
Yeah, you were here when Sarge was ill.
Yeah.
Why on earth does the last one? That's weird. Okay, well.
And then that's when I told you about Far Far West too.
I think I've got a really bad file structure. Okay, yeah, the 175.
Yep.
Now that I'm looking. Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be talking about the hardest achievements in Skyrim. Since last episode we did a little TheGamer article. I'm surprised by the lack of interest in that one. I don't know, maybe the thumbnail wasn't quite hitting or something, but we did get a few comments, so we got a comment to the cast coming up. But yeah, this one is going to be another TheGamer article, which we're probably gonna rip apart. And it's the 17 hardest achievements in Skyrim, according to TheGamer.
They're never wrong, right? They're never wrong about those things.
They're always correct, and they never use ChatGPT to write their sections of their lists.
Oh, we're going to get into some AI stuff with the topics today. Oh, boy.
I'm sure a quarter of all the achievements in Skyrim are the hardest. That's definitely a good ratio to be starting with.
Yep, totally. Yeah. But before we get to the topic thing, we are going to go over a couple of news things that happened, and I'm going to mention that since we're recording a day early, Summer Game Fest hasn't happened yet, and there might be something like Bethesda related that happens then.
I mean, even if we were recording on Saturday, at the exact same time as this PIPCAST comes out, the Xbox Game Showcase is also releasing.
Okay. Yeah, so we would have missed it anyway. Yeah. But maybe we could do a post-recording, or maybe I could just do one really quick afterwards if something happens. Because, like, I feel like just like having this episode go up directly afterwards if something does happen would be silly.
It's going to be ridiculous.
To not mention something.
It's going to come up and it's like, oh yeah, did you know that the end of the world is coming and Xbox revealed it, you know?
The Fallout 3 remaster, specifically. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about like you guys, but look, since this is kind of like a time capsule situation, the entire time that we've since the Oblivion remaster came out, and it was like, oh well, that was like the worst kept secret ever. Like the whole time I've been like, nah, give it 2 years. Give it 2 years. I think that we won't get anything any sooner than that for a Fallout 3 remaster. So my bank is that sometime relatively in, like, what was it, April or so, or was it May when the Oblivion remaster came out? Sometime
I don't remember number.
Just hoping that some of my cohorts here remember dates and times when I don't, and it's like nope. Nothing. No, but like I'm thinking roughly the same time frame of the year. 2027 is the soonest that we're going to see anything. I seriously doubt we'll see a Fallout 3 for like a holiday or anything.
That'd be spring next year. I think Caedo and I are both not expecting, but we both feel there's a chance it comes out like late autumn, just because of some rumors around that. But I'm not holding my breath on it. Like, I figure if we don't have Fallout 3 remastered news soon, or at least something leaks soon, then yeah, next year seems fairly likely.
But we've got like multiple game shows to get through.
Yep.
First,
there are
like
we're only halfway through the year, and not even halfway technically. So
yeah. Anyway, let's do the rest of the intro stuff.
Yes.
Thank you to the supporters, the ones supporting the main channel and this channel. I really appreciate you. There are some little sneak peek things going on the Patreon side right now regarding Skyrim and me playing it. So if you're interested in that, now's a great time to become a patron. It's as little as $1. You can go see some like quick chopped footage of me goofing around in Helgen and then Pine Watch with my new rule set. So, hey, I'm excited.
Thank you, Wasteland Legends, Sven.
Oh yeah, thank you, Wasteland Legends Sven. Thank you, Sarge. Thank you, Wasteland Legends Sven. And yeah, the Patreon stuff I just said.
Hey, Will.
What?
Would you like to pick one of the comments of the cast to read out?
Sure. Anna HD 7559 said, I like a community watch along of the extended Lord of the Rings idea. Oh, a community watch along with the extended Lord of the Rings? What is this about?
Yeah. A watch along. There was a mention last time, I can't remember how we even got into it, of, I think Caedo just said, hey Sarge, let's watch the extended Lord of the Rings or something, just midway through it. But Anna's a fan of that idea.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Anna, who's... Oh, go on.
Have you ever thought about doing an extended watch of Lord of the Rings? Like that's a long sitting. The entire trilogy is 12 hours.
Oh, yes.
I can in fact tell you that Anna HD here, who is my sister, did once set up for my birthday an extended Lord of the Rings marathon. But we only made it through the first 2 movies, and then there was like some friend drama stuff that happened. I was about to say off screen, outside of the event, which kind of was like, maybe we should not watch the 3rd and final movie. But
was it about Viggo Mortensen breaking his toe? Did they argue about that?
No, it was actual serious stuff. It was like, okay, this is a valid reason. Like, don't get me wrong, there are several big Lord of the Rings fans in the friend group, so it had to be pretty life-ruining stuff for us to be like, we're not going to watch Return of the King as well.
Yeah, that sucks.
Which is why I think I've only seen Return of the King twice.
Because you have to do the first 2.
Yeah, I think it was more to do with the fact that we got the DVDs, like the theatrical cuts as they came out, and we watched those on repeat. For the first 2 years before they released the 3rd film, and then when like the crazy extended edition came out, we mostly watched the first 2 because those were the films that we had the most experience with, and we were super busy working our way through all of the extras. I watched everything. Also, I wasn't in control of the DVD player. That was somebody else in the house who was like doing all of it, and I don't know what his deal was, but like just Return of the King was like, it was either never put on or I was never home or in the room when it was put on. I don't know which. For that reason, I've only ever watched Return of the King like once in theater and once like sitting down to work through the whole film series with my wife. So
I mean, that's still not bad. I've never watched the films in theaters because I was like a tiny little child when they came out.
Wait a minute, Sarge, how old are you?
I am 30 now.
Oh my word. Okay.
But yeah, I was.
Sarge is becoming old.
I was still in the single digits when these movies were releasing.
That's
I did not
wild.
have any control over watching
Maybe
them.
Sarge.
I remember being in class and there were girls with like buttons of Legolas on their backpacks.
Fair.
Like the pin buttons, and there was some discussion between them and a guy who had managed to see the movie the night that it came out, like the last film, and he was like, oh yeah, Aragorn destroys the ring. Now I had read the books and I was just sitting there side-eyeing the entire discussion. So I'm sorry, I'm completely derailing us. Also, even though I didn't choose it as a comment, I am curious about the B-roll.
Oh yeah, there was another comment about the B-roll we had last episode.
Yeah,
which
I was just
games.
answering that. Yeah. So, I guess shout out to Dennis McGonigal too. Was asking about the B-roll because we had 3 separate games. Sarge offered up Skyrim because we were talking about Skyrim, and I had a bunch of 76 stuff. Didn't make sense. Thank you, Sarge, for that.
Worries.
And then we had Misery, which is what I was playing. It's like a Stalker-esque co-op kind of game that I was playing with Nelsar, and he's making a video on that, which I'm very excited to see. And then Dark Souls 2 is what Sarge, the other thing that Sarge sent me, I think. right?
I sent you a bunch of Dark Souls 2 footage.
You sent me a bunch of Dark Souls 2 stuff, but I only used one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the roundup on that one. This one will probably be a little bit simpler. It probably will be Skyrim something. It may be my new series, Uncut. So we'll see. Okay, so since it's the season of shows about games, we have started our show season for stuff. PlayStation State of Play happened last week, or this week, I guess. And again, we have the upcoming Summer Game Fest, which we're anticipating maybe something that it is Bethesda related.
It will be on the Xbox Game Showcase if we're getting anything Bethesda, I bet.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll all be Starfield related.
They have just announced a new Starfield update, and I don't want to get anyone too excited, but they're doing some minor fixes.
Oh boy. Oh jeez.
Good, great. That's what I want.
I'm so excited.
It's Christmas
so
early.
excited. Yeah.
It's early Christmas. It's like you know second breakfast. It's like 2nd Christmas.
Yep.
Have you
But early.
Have you seen some of the dedicated like communities around Starfield?
Yes.
They are a strange place to check out.
They love building ships.
The shipbuilding community I'm on board with.
It's awesome.
Pretty much every other Starfield community does not like me because I say, man, this game is not that good, and they are so angry about it. Shipbuilders, though, they tend to be pretty chill.
There's something to be said about like communities specifically built around being toxic positivity. You know, it's just like, no, this game is good at all turns. No bad words ever. So
I think part of it is, I mean, games are really expensive too. I think some of it is, now I'm gonna go way out on a limb. Because games are so expensive, people only have so much money to spend on games, aren't as fortunate as a lot of us are who make stuff about them, to like just get a bunch of them. But I wonder if, you know, if the Bethesda loyalty kind of plays into that a little bit, where they haven't experienced maybe enough of other games, especially in the same genre.
Yeah.
So they're just used to Bethesda jank or you know, the feeling of you know, somewhat lackluster content, and consider that to be the best they experience instead of like the actual like better experience, if that makes sense.
I just have a hard time wrapping my head around it for the simple reason that it's like Starfield, even when compared to other Bethesda games, is really not all that great, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's
but
missing...
the only space one.
Yeah, but I mean, that's...
Besides the Fallout 3 DLC.
But, well...
Still, I should really go back and play through that DLC. That was really good. But I mean, just, you know, the whole problem where it's like in all of the other Bethesda games, it's like, no, like 5 feet away, there's something else to explore every single time. And you just don't have that in Starfield, you know?
Yeah.
So...
Oh, you do, but it's copy-pasted.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of my whole point. I'm like, no, that doesn't compare to other Bethesda games at all. Like, you have to go back to Daggerfall to find that type of... And most people that are Bethesda fans haven't gone back and played Daggerfall.
I haven't either.
So, yeah, neither have I. I have a freaking, like, fan remaster HD whatever, you know, best version that you can possibly get installed on Steam of Daggerfall, and I still haven't. So,
yeah.
I forget what it was.
I was
we
only
talked
a
about
baby
it
when Daggerfall came out, so I couldn't have played it.
we getting back into this part where you're making me feel old?
Hey, I have to feel old now that I'm no longer in my 20s, so I have to spread the pain around.
Yay!
You're
pain.
talking to a man that just turned 39.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, Will.
Anyways.
On the cusp of 40. Let's go.
Cusp of 40. God, where did my youth go? All right.
Anyway, State of Play happened.
Yep.
PlayStation got to show us, I mean, the ones that Will and Sarge heard about, aside from everything else, was there was Wolverine gameplay shown, the Insomniac Wolverine game, which is as visceral as we're hoping for, and violent.
I mean, I'm always hoping for more visceral and violent when it comes to Wolverine, but I'll settle for the buckets of blood as opposed to containers, like big gallon fuel container sort of thing of blood.
Yeah, there was one gripe I did see from GameSpot. It's that the blood disappeared from his clothing. And his clothing also regenerated along with his skin.
Hold on, am I not going to have a naked Wolverine to stare at while I play?
In cutscenes, maybe. There might be sections where he's shirtless, because there is. I mean, there has to be. There has to be, actually.
It reminds me of Arkham Knight? Arkham Asylum. No, it was Arkham Asylum. For Batman, all the way back with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 era. And how one of the distinct things about that game's art direction that stood out was that as the game went on, the armor that Batman had on got increasingly just jacked up.
Yeah.
Ripped and torn. And they're like, that was far enough into the game generation that it was like, we figured out how that, we have extra space to work with. We can do extra things with the details on the models. And it was a fine thing that you would like really get a close up look at with the cutscenes and everything. That it's like, oh yeah, you can tell that he's had a long night types thing.
Yeah.
So. And
yeah, there are little sections where you see him he gets blasts with like a shotgun or something like that, and it goes through his torso, and like you have his back exposed for a little while,
and then
but it does regenerate along with his body.
Oh, for God's sake! Oh,
eventually, which it's fine. Like I'm still gonna enjoy the hell out of it when it comes out, because like I really, really enjoyed the Insomniac Spider-Man games, and this is of the same vein. Like they're taking all that experience into this game, and it looks freaking amazing.
You gotta hand it to Insomniac. They have not stopped moving. They have not stopped moving. Like full on sprint ahead. Between the Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 and now Wolverine. So, and I'm curious what they're going to do next. So,
yeah, maybe another Ratchet and Clank. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe.
Who knows?
We're in Marvel Town now. I don't know. Actually, good Marvel games. Speaking of Marvel Tokon, which is the Marvel anime-inspired fighting game, had a bunch of roster announcements too. So if you're a fighting game fan and like Marvel as well, especially with this stylized version, they introduced Green Goblin, Carnage, and Magneto, the Knights of Doom, I guess, which is pretty cool stuff. If you're who's Boncho? He's from Dave the Diver. That's right. If you wanted the backstory of the sushi chef in Dave the Diver, he's getting his own game.
Really?
It's gonna be a prequel to Dave the Diver.
Well,
yeah, pretty sick trailer, gotta say. Pretty stylish. So, you want to give that a look. Got a little more looks at Phantom Blade Zero, Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. Let's see, Onimusha, Way of the Sword, Silent Hill Townfall, Ace Combat 8.
I'm surprised that there's another Silent Hill happening. That's
there was a cluster of them that were supposed to happen by different studios.
I mean, I remember learning about Silent Hill 2 remake and Silent Hill F at the same time. And I remember being like, well, I might bother with the Silent Hill 2 remake. Spoiler, I haven't. And then I remember watching the trailer for Silent Hill F and seeing like the way that like the weird vines like penetrated the skin and were trying to take over the character, and I was like, that's getting a little bit too close to stuff that I just can't handle. So I had to make the decision to ignore that. But to learn that like that's like Silent Hill F happened a year ago, so for there to be another one coming so soon after,
that's what I was saying.
Surprised me.
It's Konami, right? Konami.
Yeah, Konami, and to my knowledge, Konami is they're licensing
they license
out.
it. Yeah, to multiple studios at once, like 3 different studios.
Yeah.
So
they also have the
it's gonna
movie
be...
come out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they seem to be going really hard on Silent Hill after like a long time of it being dormant.
Yeah, because Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Survive totally.
Oh yes,
great.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's face it. There's nothing left for the Metal Gear franchise. It was all Kojima and nothing else.
Yeah. Yep. That's why they're remastering it instead of trying to do anything new.
Frankly, the fact that they got Metal Gear Solid 4 to run on anything other than the PlayStation 3 is amazing to me. But
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that part. I'm still not gonna buy it with my money.
Same, partially because I'm just it's a done franchise. I don't need to go back to it. So
yeah, and I have the Legacy collection on my PS3 if I really want to go back.
I mean,
but
how much longer will your PlayStation 3 operate?
I don't know. It's been going strong for a while.
That's for sure. That's the scary thing about those old consoles. It's like, well, as we advance, they become a lot more fragile. The circuitry is a lot more precise.
Yep, that's true. But I've had it for a good while since I moved here, and it was stored in somebody's attic or something like that for a long time. So
wow.
there was more life just in it since I got it. I think
I would expect a PlayStation 3 stored in an attic to have less life because of the conditions of your typical attic.
Yeah. Well, when I first got it, I took it apart, and there was like nothing like dusty in its components or anything like that. Like somebody took really good care of it.
That is astonishing.
Like, had a sheet over it or something like that during that time.
The haunted PS3, like whenever you put sheets over furniture in an old house.
Yeah. Yeah, I turn it on and it gives a ghostly moan. It's like,
No, that's just the disk drive dying.
Yeah. So anyway, there were a couple other games that got shown at the State of Play. One that disappointed me a little bit was Stuntman Hollywood. So I was like, "Oh, is this a Burnout?" It's not a Burnout. I was sad.
Burnout's gone, unfortunately.
Because it showed iconic vehicles from movies that were, through the years. So it showed the DeLorean. It showed the big tanker truck from Mad Max, and like through these stuntman scenes, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be sick. And then it's just Stuntman Hollywood, and I'm like, all right. But I want my cars to blow up and blow up other cars. I want these crumple effects. Come on.
Well, a game that will let you blow up cars and have cars blow up.
What's
is
that?
GTA 6.
Oh no.
We
don't talk about GTA 6. We don't want to be in competition with it.
And that's exactly what's going on here, because the actual thing I want to talk about is how Fable 4 is the latest in an incredibly long line of games, but it's getting delayed, mostly because of GTA 6. Like, nobody wants to release anywhere near Grand Theft Auto 6, which is, at present, scheduled for the 19th of November this year.
Oh
but yeah, there's so many games just being pushed into 2027, because basically the holiday season this year, everyone's just being like, oh no, GTA 6 is coming out, we won't release around it.
Okay, so this is what I'm fathoming, okay? Grand Theft Auto is the biggest game franchise in the scene. There is, like, the only way that you can try to compete with that is if you bring up a viral hit that represents a paradigm shift like Minecraft, or a gacha game that's, like, huge on the mobile
Fortnite
market. Something like that.
As well, like, maybe yearly releases, which aren't as big but are still huge, like FIFA or whatever. But even then, like, individually, they're nothing compared to the impact.
They have niche
GTA
audiences where somehow GTA has become like an everything game.
Let us not forget that the most expensive game to produce to date is Grand Theft Auto 5, and the second most expensive game to produce to date is Grand Theft Auto 4. So, like, this. We know what's going to happen. 4 becomes 3, 5 becomes 2, and 6 becomes 1. So this is what's about to happen. So like
and GTA 1 was 2D.
So what we have, I'm imagining, could you just fathom where everybody's just like, no, back off the behemoth. Nobody touches the behemoth, and then somehow they botch the landing.
Oh,
and
I
everybody's
find it very funny.
It would be monumentally. I mean, the expectations are insane, and as everybody knows, nobody's gonna be playing. If GTA 6 works, if it is successful, nobody's gonna be playing it in 10 years' time because of the single player. Nobody's playing GTA 5 because of the single player. People are playing GTA 5 because of the online, and the same thing is going to become true for GTA 6. So just the expectations are so insanely high for this game being the most important game in video game, just the video games as a whole, because of its status. And I'm just imagining how it could play out if they do not do it perfectly. Like what are people going to? There are people who need blood because of our social media ecosystem. It's like, no, you got to have blood. You got to get a piece of GTA 6. So anything that it does wrong, anything that doesn't work right, any shader that is inoperable, any bug that can happen in the game, people are going to like do entire long form, essay breakdown, podcast, material, like build an entire brand around what GTA 6 did wrong, even if the game is like working 90% of the time.
Yeah.
So I can only fathom if it is to botch the landing and everybody moved their release dates and it's too late in the season to move your release date again.
I do wonder if any companies would try, if GTA 6 has a bad launch, to suddenly rush their release date back to close to it. Be like, hey, GTA 6 was bad, play our game instead. But
it's like,
it'd be a ballsy
we have
move.
A tentative date, before or long after GTA 6. But if it fails...
What's the release date? Well, just
Same
after
day.
GTA 6 or sometime in January. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
We're hedging our bets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want it both ways, We want to eat the cake and have it too.
The ones that are being moved? No, the ones that are happening in the same month, according to Xbox, are Halo Campaign Evolved, Gears of War E-Day, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, Control Resonance, Star Wars Galactic Racer, and GTA 6.
Now, I saw someone make a joke about Control Resonance, where they were like, oh, they didn't learn their lesson from the last Control game, which I think shared a release date was something that was huge and it got overshadowed. But that's the most that I know about that. I mean,
I think the devs say they're not worried. They're confident in their games, which they should be at this point, because Alan Wake 2 did numbers. So
and Alan Wake 2 also is not on Steam, which is surprising that it's done numbers without being on Steam as well. So,
but it's so niche in comparison to something like GTA 6.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like
the
people that are in are freaking in at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with God, you just said their name. The studio. Remedy, God. I see the word resident and that's all that I can think of. No, like I can see Remedy's games having a very dedicated audience. Totally understand that. But I also, you just have to wonder. It's like, okay, it'll probably do well. But how much of your audience is also interested in playing Grand Theft Auto 6 for the story alone, Because that's one of the major pulls of an initial GTA release. So I just wonder, because GTA 6, it occupies such a large amount of space.
Yeah.
A lot of us it's been so long since the GTA 5 release, we forget its characterization was very much so a big part of its success and its praise. And GTA 5 was released on the PlayStation 3. That's a hard thing to remember, but it's true. My original copy of GTA 5 was on PS3. It is insane how old
retro
that game
game
is.
Yeah, I was still in school when GTA 5 came out. I played it with my friends at school.
So, like it's just been long enough that a lot of us have kind of forgotten that writing in Grand Theft Auto games, regardless of whether or not you like the material that they're and the type of story that they're doing, they're still typically really well written, you know? And there's a lot of really high class acting that's going into really fulfilling the characters. And there's an entire aspect of video games where it's like, yeah, I'm there for like the cutscenes and the story and the way that the characters interact with each other. That still exists in Grand Theft Auto, but we haven't seen it because it's been how long since they've done a story-based Grand Theft Auto game? So I actively wonder, it's like, well, how much can that have an effect on something like Control Resonant? Because Control Resonant is definitely it's going to be a story-driven game with, you know, the characterization and everything. So
yeah, but its gameplay might be, or like its playtime might be quite a bit shorter too.
I mean,
that is also true.
so.
Compared to a monstrosity like GTA 6.
Monstrosity. That's such a rude word to talk about the biggest, most impressive game. Anyways.
Well, while we're talking about monstrosities, I'm going to push us forward because we have multiple things to talk about. And you know who loves monstrosities?
CD Projekt Red.
Sure, that's what we'll go with.
CD Projekt Red, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the big news here is that The Witcher 3 is getting a new expansion.
Yes.
That's right, The Witcher 3, which came out many years ago and has
2015.
been done for over a decade, is getting a brand new expansion, which apparently is going to be like close to Blood and Wine in terms of like scope and size, so a substantial one as well. This isn't just like, oh, Geralt gets a third sword or something minor that they throw in. This is like actual proper content.
Now, this is fascinating to me for the simple reason that the studio CD Projekt Red has outright stated that they're leaving the Red Engine behind. I think that they still use that to create Cyberpunk. But they years ago they were like, no, we're giving up on the Red Engine. We're gonna go full Unreal at this point. And I don't remember if Unreal 5 was out whenever they made that statement, or if we were still rocking Unreal 4.
Well, we've already seen the Siri footage, and I'm pretty sure they were using UE5.
Okay,
showing that off.
I'm just fascinated that they're doing this because in part it means that like people in the studio have to go back to an old engine that is not even the latest version that they used for their previous game and work with it again. So
this is a studio that they're licensing the IP to, the one they've worked with before for DLCs, I think.
Oh, it's not made in-house. I didn't know that.
I don't think it's the in-house like A-Team studio.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. Turns out that Witcher 3 DLC that's 10 years after the release, not the A-Team. Not the A-Team.
Oh. Mind you, the A-Team were the same people who made Cyberpunk 2077 launch edition, so I'm fine with the B-Team or the C-Team going at it. Like, all good by me.
B-Teams sometimes make the better product because they care. I will say.
They're not under pressure,
Looking at Fallout 76. Some time.
God, Fallout 76. I mean,
we'll get to that in a moment.
We'll get to that in a moment.
Starfield.
We still have to remember the I don't know, man. We could spend an hour talking about what we think the most disastrous launch of a game is, but Fallout 76 is definitely somewhere up there. So,
yeah, but it didn't take them 2 years. Cyberpunk did.
Anyway, we don't actually know much about this DLC/expansion. It's called Songs of the Past. It's coming out next year by the looks of it, but they're also saying there might be something out this year that's different to it, so keep half an eye on Witcher 3 if you're interested. I still haven't played any of the Witcher 3 DLC, so maybe it's time I actually go and do that.
Dagnabbit? Yeah, you do.
Caedo, there are so many good games. I can't play
Sarge.
all of them. And I mostly the only reason I finished The Witcher 3 is because I was mostly doing Gwent. I was in it for Gwent, and the fact that it was like saving the world or whatever, that was a side concern.
I was Gwenting so hard.
Oh my god, I forgot about Gwent.
There's more Gwent in Blood and Wine, Sarge. There's a whole tournament. You have to.
I don't know where they're going with this DLC. Like you said, Sarge, like we don't know anything about it. But at the same time, a big part of me is like, nah, this is them trying to like get some story in there to basically move things forward with the concept of like, yeah, it's been a long time. Here's kind of the setup for you being okay with like the mantle being transferred from Geralt to Ciri, you know?
I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be.
Because
like, it's a smart way to do.
Yeah. That's what they ended up doing with Borderlands 2 before Borderlands 3 came out. They released the free DLC.
You. I was literally just waiting to jump in and be like, Commander Lilith and the fight for Sanctuary, that's what it's like.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Except, maybe, they'll be able to get the same voice actors back for all the characters instead of some of them just being gone and arbitrarily having a weird, different voice. Claptrap still weirded me out.
Anyways. Yeah, but that's more like legal battle stuff.
Oh, that's totally the reason they left. The reason Claptrap isn't at freaking Gearbox Studios is because Randy Pitchford body checked the guy.
Well, while we're on the topic of games that many people think tarnish the reputation of their franchise, let's talk about the latest Fallout 76 update.
We'll get another Fallout any day now.
Sarge, you're on top of it today. Thank you.
Any day.
No worries. Infestations launched like a few days ago, like earlier this week, and it's the latest update alongside a brand new season, and it's
they're great if you can get to them.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna need to explain this to me, because 76 is one of those games where I can't go back to,
That's perfectly fair. So Infestations are this new thing where a certain area of the map will get taken over by a new type of enemy. So maybe there were like robots or raiders before, and then super mutants will take over. And these super mutants are a lot stronger, and they'll be led like by a boss enemy, which will be like this big super mutant Primus with a minigun or something like that. It's not just super mutants, there's also like ghouls and robots and various other things. But it basically adds this really challenging little zone within the general world map. And you get kind of not notified, but you can find out that an infestation is going on by a literally giant green circle on the map. Like, imagine it covering like a quarter of the Fallout 4 sort of map. That's the sort of size of these circles. Ooh. But somewhere within there will be the infestation with these tough enemies. And if you're able to track them down and kill the boss, then the boss has some really good rewards, like 4-star legendaries, bobbleheads, like decent junk even, just real good rewards.
Yeah.
Problem is, like, I'm going to estimate that at least 3/4 of the player base have not been able to show up for an infestation and get the rewards. Because there are so many overpowered players who show up so quickly to these infestations, and they can just shred these boss enemies in a few seconds. And if you don't get the damage in, if you're fast travelling over while this is happening, you just basically get next to nothing from it. So a lot of players are annoyed.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
mean...
So, another advantage having Fallout first, I guess.
Oh, God. No. So I made a video on the infestations, which... There's been a little discourse on that video. It's now up to, like, over 300 comments.
Wow.
There's been a lot of people talking about that. And, like, in the first hour or so of it being up, there were a couple of people being like, well, I assume you have a Fallout First private server, so you just go on that. Why are you complaining?
Yeah,
and I
was
was
like,
there.
So easy.
Yeah, just why aren't you paying Bethesda a monthly fee in order to enjoy the update? Come on.
Yeah.
And I was annoyed at that at first, but was like, it's fine. It's just like one or two stupid rich people who don't understand how the world works. This happens. You have to accept it. Mm-hmm. But now, it's a few days later, and there have been so many of those comments. There are so many people being like, no, I just go on a private server. And other ones being like, well, clearly this update is to sell private servers and Fallout First, because that seems to be the main way people get to enjoy it. I will say, I've been somewhat lucky that I've been able to find infestations and tackle them, even if not on my own, like, with a small number of people, where it's a bit more fun and you don't just show up and get nothing. But for a lot of people, this is just being a really bad incentive to get them to pay Bethesda money in order to enjoy the update, which I hate. to see that so much.
Yeah, I do wonder though, like, I don't know if that was the intent.
Oh no, I don't think anyone
I don't think that was the intent.
planned that.
I think it's the players just being apologists for Fallout First, which is not good. That's not a good look.
Well, I mean, there has to be a decent number of people within the Fallout 76 community at this point that will be apologists, because the vast majority of the player base that exists for gaming in general is like, no, it had a disastrous launch. Why would I ever go back? You know, it's not getting attention in the larger games media and everything, or on social media for that matter. It's like, no, it was a disastrous launch, and that's all that it ever was. It's not like No Man's Sky, where every, year at least there's a huge update and people are like, oh my god, there's another giant update for the game that's completely free. Like, it doesn't get that.
It has been getting bumps here and there though, like the Fallout show for
here
example.
And there.
Like,
yes, it's been getting a decent amount of the same treatment as what No Man's Sky does, but it hasn't been getting the community accolade for it. It just hasn't been gripping people the same way. So
it feels like a smaller impact to No Man's Sky. Besides, I think the one update which had the same sort of, oh man, this game's good now, sort of wave through outside of a community was like Wastelanders, but that was in like 2020. And while a lot of updates have happened since then, and a lot of them have been good, a lot of them have improved the game, and I think overall the game does lean towards getting better with every update, even if it's only in small steps, there's no big impact generally that ripples outwards from the community to the broader gaming landscape.
I think the only way that they could actually get a huge injection of new players by saying, hey, look, it's good now type of thing would be if they comboed it with the Fallout television show. If they specifically had... Well,
you mean like how Walton Goggins was in Fallout 76?
Well, that's just it. There's a difference between Walton Goggins being in Fallout 76 versus the TV show having some sort of a advertisement to point to Fallout 76.
I get what you mean. Like, if the TV show itself like went to Appalachia and that sort of a thing where you're drawing people in from that way, that could get people in.
Or if there was a very specific embedded type of ad where it's like, yeah, you have to watch this before you can watch the episode, and you get to see, oh, hey, Fallout 76.
I feel like they probably had those actually.
I didn't see any,
or at least like Xbox, like Game Pass type stuff. There had to be.
What I remember,
there had to be.
Well, I watched the whole second season, and I never remember seeing a single ad anywhere. But then again, I don't know, like, maybe it's because I'm on PC and like I'm using a web browser with ad block installed.
Yep.
So
could be that, perhaps.
I remember hearing a long time ago, it was like, oh, they're going to start showing ads on Amazon Prime. And I was like, oh, that sucks.
They do. They sure do.
And I was
watching The Mighty Nine, and there was way too many ads in the first couple episodes.
I never saw a single ad for anything that I've seen on Amazon Prime. And I'm like, and that's between my PS5 and my PC. And I'm like, why am I not getting any ads? I'm very confused by this. So
you just cheated the system.
Well, I mean, it's one story if I'm on desktop. I don't understand how that's possible on the freaking app on my PS5. So I'm getting special treatment no matter what. Oh, wait, did I set up router blocking?
You're a special guy.
I think I set up router ad blocking.
They're just like, we can't send ads to Will. He'll get us.
which is ironic. One of the few things that's actually penetrated through the veil, as it were, for me has been Reddit ads, and it's almost exclusively like, hey, this is a game, we've made it for Steam, it's available now, or wishlist now, or there's a playtest or something. Oh my god. So that's a way that I've been finding unique indie games as of late. We'll get to that in a bit.
So let's talk about a not indie game, or maybe an indie game to some.
Listen,
weirdos.
it's been so long that Skyrim can be this weird indie game from way back in the day to some kids. It's just a little bit like a kid holding freaking
Hey
floppy
Timmy, you ever
disk.
play this hidden gem, Skyrim?
It's like, I mean, have you heard the stories of young people, in their early 20s, probably at this point, who are like, they walk into, they're in a meeting and they're like, why on earth does the save icon look like that? Or they see a floppy disk sitting that's in like their manager's drawer, and they're like, why do you have the save icon in your desk? It's like, that's a literal data
Fun
storage
fact.
medium.
Fun fact, they make good cup coasters.
Oh, for God's sake.
I have a lot of them.
You still have some, eh?
I do, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Caedo's really old.
Thanks. Yes, I am. Man.
All right. So, Skyrim.
Skyrim.
It's
The Gamer.
time for a gamer article. Specifically,
Yeah.
the 17 hardest achievements to get. Which
Ooh.
I accidentally scrolled too far, and already this is gonna be a terrible list. Just from seeing the first one, I'm like, guaranteed. Oh, I can't swear on the channel. Dog poop list.
Dog poop.
Yep.
Get your doggy bags ready.
Oh, God. Don't put it that way. That used to be the term for a takeaway box.
Well,
Yeah, which feels really bad because, why have that as the term for a takeaway box when it's also the thing you need to use to pick up dog poop?
I was gonna say doggy sack, but that's
Oh,
Oh.
that's worse. See, that's worse.
someone delete the
So I'm
channel.
gonna say
Caedo,
doggy
but you
bag.
can't put that on the internet. Just scrub all of the existence from YouTube. You got to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so 17 hardest achievements to get by TheGamer staff and Gabrielle Houston.
Are we
We'll
certain
say
that this is
TheGamer staff.
the gamer staff? Is that just like their generic way to describe ChatGPT now?
I am concerned that might be.
The one thing
but
we've
it
got
was-
slightly in the favour is the latest update was March 21st, 2023, which,
Yep.
I mean, AI was starting to be used by garbage companies at that point a bit, but it wasn't, like, as insidiously integrated as it is in the modern year, so
God.
we might avoid it. This might just be human incompetence rather than artificial incompetence.
Yeah.
We can
I
only
mean,
hope.
Yeah.
as we all
We'll
know,
see how many M dashes are in it.
I never thought human incompetence would be so appealing.
At least it's funny.
Yeah.
At least it's honest and funny. Okay, I'm gonna read the intro thing and then we can jump into the whatever. While most dedicated gamers and lovers of open world fantasy RPG genre have played through the main quests of Skyrim and even all of its side quests, there's still plenty left to accomplish after all these years. With all the achievements the game challenges you with, its enriching DLCs that further expand the universe of Skyrim, players are bound to stay interested while waiting for the exciting first announcement of The Elder Scrolls 6. Relevant. If you're a hardcore fan of the series, load up Skyrim and start from the bottom. Here are some hard-to-get achievements that you'll likely haven't had the chance to unlock on your journey.
Will, do you want to start?
Oh boy, 17. It's such a strange number.
Yeah.
Starting at 17.
This probably started as a top 10, and then over the years they were like, oh, we need to bump it up in SEO.
Yeah.
Let's just add a couple each time.
All right, 17. Master PlayStation Trophy. Silver. Percentage of players on Steam who have it, 25.1. Master is one of the first challenges you'll probably take on when you start achievement hunting. But it still deserves to be recognized as an awesome accomplishment. It's the achievement you earn for reaching level 50. Technically, 81 is the maximum level you can reach, but the scaling means that accomplishing that requires untold dedication or some mods or commands. Oh, for God's sake.
Nope.
Getting level 50 means you could basically take on anything in the game with ease. Have you ever met the Ebony Warrior?
It's also a case of, like, level scaling's a big thing in Skyrim, so being higher level does not make you stronger. Yeah, you know what? Until that final paragraph, I think they were factually correct. And then they just really went downhill.
Then it was an avalanche of fail.
Yep.
Technically, 81 is the maximum level. Can you still, like, go to prison and lose your skills in Skyrim? I don't remember.
That was
yes, you can,
pre-legendary
but that's-
edition. That was that wasn't even the max level, or yeah, pre-legendary edition, 81 was the max level.
Yep. Which was
so even before special edition. Yeah.
So we're starting what is presumably, like attacked.
Assumedly.
We're starting with number 17, which is tacked on because they've had to update this article, and it's like, wait a minute, this is a tack on, and it's already wrong.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's always a case with the gamer articles where it feels like they've never played the game, they just watch someone play it briefly. That's always the vibe I get.
Look at the wiki. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if it's ever a minute detail, it's from the wiki.
You can know everything there is to know about the Soulsborne franchises and yet have never touched them. What an amazing time we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Because
and I know basically nothing about the Soulsborne franchise, and I've played hundreds of hours of them now.
Yeah. Screw the lore. I just want to die a lot.
I mean, I'll hand it to them. The fact that there's an entire deep type of lore in those games purely based on observation of things is impressive. So
yeah.
Anyway, who's going to take number 16?
Oh, I'm going for that. 16 is a very different one. This time it's Skill Master.
Oh, so different.
And much rarer, as the percentage of players on Steam who have it is only 43.2%. That's right. Technically, most people who played this game don't have this achievement.
Technically, yes.
Yep. And it says, this is another of your early accomplishments that deserves some recognition. Getting a skill to level 100, meaning its maximum, requires you to use that skill over and over and over again, thanks to the Elder Scrolls' unique skill system. Just because more players accomplish this, approaching half of them, doesn't mean it isn't a real pain in the ass. How many arrows can you shoot before you go cross-eyed? Asking for a friend.
BS. You're asking for yourself. I know how this works.
Yeah, and also Feindal exists.
Yeah. Like, I will say, I at least understand that this is a bit of a challenge to do.
Yes.
I mean, you have to engage in the grind. Like, you are doing one of two things to actually get a single skill up to level 100, which I admit, like, for an average or normal gamer, that is going to be a hell of a thing to do. But to get there, it basically means that you found an exploit and you are sitting there grinding away at it, right? Or
I think that's the way most players end up doing it.
I mean, there's a reason that there are guides entirely dedicated to, like, cheesing your skills up in the Elder Scrolls, you know?
Or my guide, which is not entirely cheesing.
But it flirts with it a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's also the case that there's certain skills which are really difficult to level and certain skills which are really easy. Like Destruction 100, that is a true pain in the arse to get. Alchemy 100, I mean, that's not actually that difficult.
Alchemy 100 is like easy mode to get to 100. It's like, no, you just find the plants, you figure out how long you have to wait for the stuff to respawn. You just do that over and over.
Yeah, and Arcadia's Cauldron, like, she trains you. You can buy ingredients.
Yeah.
Sell what you make. Yeah, that's a loop on its own.
But I mean,
and it's all right there.
You're either cheesing in some capacity, and admittedly using training. That's an option. I've never actually. I don't think I've ever used training in Skyrim because I completely forgot about its existence. I just had so much fun exploring the world, which gets to the other way that you get a skill up to 100. You're just like, I want to find all the dungeons. I'm having so much fun with all these dungeons, and that's what I did in Skyrim whenever it first came out 15 years ago.
I was a child back then.
Man. So
14 years.
I
was still a child back then.
We are less than, we're only 6 months out from the 15-year anniversary of Skyrim. 11/11/11.
To do something special.
November 11th.
Yep. So like I know that's how I got all of my a bunch of my skills up to max. Because my technique in Skyrim is like, oh, okay, I maxed out a skill. That means I shouldn't be using it anymore because I have other skills to level. So I'll, like, switch weapons or something. Unfortunately, my first character was a stealth archer. From the very beginning, the first time I played through the game, I found out trying to switch, That's a subject for another day.
Switch the shield. It's so easy, and then you die instantly. Yep.
All right.
Caedo, you want to take the next one?
Yeah, sure. Number 15, Werewolf Mastered.
They really love the word master.
Master. 4.7% of players on Steam.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
That is low.
Being a werewolf or building your gameplay off being a werewolf is either a love or hate situation. Some players love using it to rage and knock down a ton of enemies, whereas others hardly ever touch it or won't be turned in the first place. There isn't a right way to play, but it does quickly become apparent that the werewolf just isn't as powerful as other weapons you can get. This is one of the main reasons that the Werewolf Mastered perk is so rare to get a hold of. However, the other reason is that it's actually really hard. Only 4.5% of PSN players have acquired all 11 werewolf perks, which tells enough as it is. It'll be a fair amount of grinding, death, and frustration to get this perk.
All right, how
You know what?
how much
Get this
werewolf
perk?
gameplay have you guys done?
A lot.
I've done a lot.
Because
Yeah.
I've never cared to be a werewolf. The minute I get it, I get rid of it as fast as I can. So
I like it for disease resistance more than anything. I like being a werewolf and not playing as a werewolf. That tends to be like the optimal way to do things. But I have also done like challenge run stuff mostly where I've been a werewolf for a lot of it. And there's ways to make it work. But this is actually the first entry where I'm like, yes, I agree, and it feels like the person has played the game and understands that being a werewolf sucks. It's just not very good.
Yeah, because it does not scale very well, especially in Anniversary Edition. It does not scale well for like enemies that'll just destroy you.
Yeah. You tend to have to focus on the fact that I believe it's like your leaping attack, like, knocks down targets.
The
and that's,
leaping
like,
attack and the double mouse or double like attack and block button where you do like the backswing with your arm and it flings enemies back. Like that's like the only way to survive in some situations.
Yeah. You have to attack so hard that the enemy can't attack you back.
You have to ragdoll them.
Yeah, it turns out werewolves are very weak and squishy.
Yep.
a rather strange thing, given the fact that there's an entire group of individuals in the game who specifically run around with silver swords to go after werewolves, and yet it turns out, oh no, the silver sword was something completely. You don't really need that.
And those enemies are actually like spaced out enough, and you get a companion with you for that. Like when you attack their base, where you're like good for the majority of that fight, which is not reflective of everything else you encounter later. Like mages will wreck your face. It's a bad time. It's such a bad time with mages. Yeah. So I understand. I do understand. Once you do fill out the perk tree, you do get a lot more fun options for stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and when you get the werewolf totems too, I believe, like there's like a spirit wolf totem, if I remember right. And
yeah,
that
there's
one's kinda
totems
cool.
and the rings and stuff. Like, werewolf can be good, but you basically have to accept that it's going to suck for a long time in order to get good.
Yeah.
Get
So,
good, bro.
like, utilizing it as early as possible against other humans is probably like the way to go, I think. If you want to fill out the this is Caedo advice for the werewolf, like going into the earlier like Ember Shard Mine and stuff like that with werewolf form, level 5 or something like that, eating all the hearts you can, and then you'll get a sizable amount of werewolf perks from the early areas, and
the
be able to
solution
survive a little bit longer.
is clearly because the game world levels up with you, and locations levels are locked to what they are whenever you first enter them. The answer is very simply go become a werewolf right away, start exploring, and just never accept a level up. That's the obvious
in
answer.
fact, the best time I had with a werewolf was in my level 1 run, my challenge run,
There you
where I
go.
wasn't allowed to
Yeah.
reach level 2. And that's the one time where it was like, yeah, werewolf's actually fairly good.
Because the perks
besides-
are exclusive to Werewolf 2, like they're not tied to your actual level ups. So in that case, you can become more powerful than everything else eventually.
Well, sort of and everything else. There are still certain set enemies who are like, always going to be level 30 or something, and then you run up across them and it's just hell.
Okay. Got it.
But anyway,
Werewolf.
it's enough talking about a werewolf. We should talk about the other supernatural thing soon.
Well, I can't not bring this up, that werewolf will always hold a special place in my heart, because when I did my Skyrim playthrough, you know that there's a mission where the Daedric mission for Hircine involving like the cursed ring.
Yes.
And so I go and I hunt down Hircine, and he appears to you, and he's like, yeah, you go to my grotto type thing. As well as chance would have it, I was a werewolf whenever I took that challenge on, and I transformed right in the middle of the dialogue with Hircine.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I have to roll with this, and I'm role-playing the character, and I did this really deep, bestial, grumbling talk because it happened in the middle of it.
Nice.
And I found out how thirsty some of my audience can be.
And that's how Sexy Strife was born.
More or less. Anyways, moving on.
Have you considered ASMR?
Oh, yeah, just like that.
Listen,
Just like that.
the economy's slowing down. I have to get my money somewhere.
All right. Yeah.
Number 14, Vampire Mastered. Oh my god. Okay, so 4.8% of players on Steam have it. The Vampire Mastered achievement is tough for the same reason as the Werewolf Mastered. It's a time-consuming, challenging, and really frustrating. However, a lot more players opt to become a vampire. That, or they fight one accidentally, contract it, and forget to try to cure themselves, so just deal with it instead. Oh boy. Nevertheless, a few more people have taken on this challenge, with 4.7% of PSN players acquiring all 11 vampire perks. It's worth giving it a shot, although it will undeniably get a little frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that this is slightly higher, because I feel like the Dawn Guard DLC did a lot to make vampires stronger, and there wasn't really a werewolf DLC as such.
Yeah.
But
werewolves don't have force powers either.
yeah,
To, like, force choke dudes.
there's also a fundamental problem with their statement about this. You don't accidentally fight a vampire and become a master capable vampire.
Yeah, this is a vampire lord versus standard vampire.
Yeah, they're
different.
conflating the two. It's like, no, you can become a vampire, and they even like the
A
master
noticeably
vampires.
weaker version.
Yeah,
that can't.
They pointedly are like, you may have caught some stupid disease. I offer true vampirism. Just like looking down their nose at you and everything. Oh my god. What I will always remember about becoming a full-blown vampire is that, you know how in Skyrim they like to pop up a text box and explain something to you?
Yep.
And there's a really good chance that you're not going to super read that well if you read it at all. So I skipped through it way too fast, and then I was pressing all the keys on my keyboard, and I was like, how the fuck do I float again? Whoops, didn't mean to do that. How do I float? I'm pressing all the keys. I know that you can float, and I'm just running around on my feet. How do I float again? I couldn't figure it out.
I'm in claw mode. I want to be in hover mode. Yeah, it's crouch.
Yep.
It's crouch?
Crouch is weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, learned my lesson there.
Because they don't crouch, they just hover or scamper.
You are incapable of sneak mode when you're a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I think when you're hovering, you're silent anyway, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're also like a 7-foot tall grey creature.
That's
so,
true. That part is true. Yes.
Like, the not having your footsteps show up isn't that helpful.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like enemies can see your footsteps in the first place. What do you think this is? Metal Gear?
No. Whose footsteps are these? The getting the perks is a lot easier in Vampire Lord, I think, as well.
It's been
because just
so-
getting kills with your like blood bolt or whatever it's called is what gives you progress, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
On top of feeding too. So like and where werewolf you have to consume well, at first consume human corpses or humanoid corpses that you
You have
probably
to eat
made.
their hearts.
Yes.
But Yeah, the vampire one is a bit easier, and I think that's like, yeah. Anyway, next one on the list, number 13, Skyrim Crafter. The percentage of players on Steam who have this one is 5.7%. Skyrim is the rarest ore in the game and can be a right pain to find. But if you want to get the Skyrim Crafter achievement, then you'll need to craft an item out of Skyrim. Firstly, you'll need to complete the quest, A New Source of Skyrim, then you can forge and mine. It might sound pretty easy when described, after all, just head to Solstheim and mine to your heart's content. However, there are only 19 deposits in Skyrim, and most only give around 6, apart from one just northwest of White Ridge Barrow that will give you 30. In total, you can only get 57 pieces, unless you want to wait for them to replenish. This makes it a pretty long quest that lots of players ignore. Only 5.5% of PSN players actually complete it.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything inaccurate about all of this statement? Because it doesn't
Maybe, but I don't know.
Skyrim is just like, I remember not being inherently impressed by Skyrim, and that was one of the reasons why I wasn't really that interested in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
It's a pretty material. That's pretty much what it stops at for me. It's like, oh, that looks really cool, and I guess I'll craft it and put it on a mannequin and keep using my normal stuff, you know?
I mean, I think the big thing they've left out here is that crafting a storeroom item is kind of pointless, because you can just get them.
You can get
enchanted
ones.
It's so much easier.
And
not just enchanted ones, but you
unique
can
set.
find... I mean, you can find generic ones, I'm pretty sure, as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you bother wasting all the materials on crafting it when you'll just find them and it's a lot easier? Like, this is genuinely an achievement that I do not have. And I know I've used that armor set a lot, because I like it with a Frost Fiend build, because it's got the enhancement to ice enchantments on it.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, this is one where I think they're right, but they're also missing the biggest issue, which is you typically don't craft weapons and armor that often in Skyrim anyway. It's much better to just enhance them at a grindstone or a workbench, rather than craft them if it's limited materials.
Which is something that immediately runs into like one of my problems, or one of my personal complaints about Skyrim, where it's like, why are the sharpening enhancements and stuff permanent? Why don't they wear off and I can like reapply them? Because like your skill levels up with time. I remember whenever I first maxed out smithing on the old 32-bit build of Skyrim, what I did was I would collect everything up, and then like I would specifically just enhance everything before selling it.
Yeah.
Like that was my method before, you know, everybody was doing the Iron Dagger thing or whatever. And isn't the technique these days like specifically to make jewelry, if I remember correctly?
Jewelry's a good one early on, and then I find switching to dwarven bows and then enhancing the dwarven bows is kind of the optimal route to go.
That's right. Yeah. I remember just doing these long, arduous, like fast travel runs in and out of like a Wunschensheld or something, where it's like, yeah, I've got all of the scrap metal, and we're just gonna make 1 million ingots now. So
they said there's 19 deposits in Skyrim, not Solstheim. That's incorrect.
Yeah,
that's way wrong.
Actually, I like this. It says like 5.7% of players on Steam, and I just opened up Steam to check the achievement list. It's actually lower now. Stallroom Crafter is 4%.
Funny.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too: is by this point, people are probably modding their game and or playing around with console commands.
Yeah, and
so
it's all shut off. You know.
Some of it's gonna be skewed in that way too.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
I also think this is genuinely just a tricky one to end up doing, for the reasons I already stated. Like, not only is it tucked away behind the DLC, but it's tucked away behind a quest in a DLC, and then it's something that's not optimal to do. So once you've jumped through all of the hoops, it's not worthwhile doing unless you want the achievement.
Yeah, and even with Anniversary now, there's so many things added to Solstheim that are just, you walk in and grab them.
Yeah.
They're better.
There is an entire video series you could do, or at least a video essay about adding things to a game that ultimately unbalance the experience, and Anniversary Edition is a great example of that. So
Exhibit A.
Well,
Exhibit Anniversary.
I'm just quickly checking my own. Oh, yeah, I found my own video. Skyrim is unavoidably broken now, which I made when Anniversary Edition came out,
Yay!
which was literally that exact thing.
Isn't
Yep.
do you cover the fact that there is like the best armor in the game just sitting in Castle Dower, and all you have to do is take a card out there?
I think I talk about the one that's in the ruins near Windhelm, the dragon scale studded armor or whatever.
Yeah.
That you basically
The
need
light
to pick
dragon
a
scale
lock,
stuff.
and you just get it.
Yep.
Man,
And then you run away from the Draugr that's there.
Yeah.
Basically.
The skeleton that's there.
Oh, skeleton. Sorry,
It's
my
not
bad.
even a
even
Draugr.
worse.
I recently went and did that mission and was like, oh, this is even easier than I thought it would be.
I mean, that's got to be the funnest thing ever, because it comes up every once in a while on like subreddits or social media in some capacity, where it's like, I've never played Skyrim. Which one do I play? And like anybody who's worth their salt is like, do not touch Anniversary Edition. It is broken, borked beyond
Special
belief.
edition. Yep.
Go for Special Edition, and don't install anything extra. Just don't install anything extra. Even Special Edition is kind of flirting with stuff because of the stuff that's been added to it, and you can't, really turn off without knowing what you're doing. So,
Yeah, but the fishing feels good. Feels good to play.
I dispute that, but
moving along.
that's besides the point. Yeah,
Moving
next
along.
one,
Okay, fine.
please.
Number 12, Land Baron. 7% of players on Steam have this. Land Baron kind of speaks for itself. You need to buy 3 plots of land to get this achievement, which is relatively easy once you've explored and gained a fair amount of money. However, only 6.9% of PlayStation Network players have ever achieved this. You'll need to complete a fair amount of quests for this achievement, but it's recommended you aim to buy these lands. And that's a link. They're the few that are actually available. How on earth is that first one said?
Helyarkin?
Helyarkin? Oh, God,
I think that's how you say it.
This is one that I'm missing. I've never done all
Helyarkin?
3 before.
Yep.
Helyarkin Hall, Lakeview Manor, and Winstad Manor. Dawnstar,
Yes.
Falkreath, and Morthal. As we all know, the Morthal, or no, Falkreath is the one that you do first, Lakeview.
Oh yeah,
It's the
Lakeview
one-
Manor's the one you fully get all nice and then go, why would I bother with the other 2? Which is
Exactly.
why people don't have
Yep.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. But then finding out Helyarkin Hall has the fish trap.
What is it with you and
Yeah.
fish, Caedo?
What? You can get salmon roe. Sarge?
I mean, yes, that's very nice. I do love me some alchemy.
You can river betties. Do you not understand the multiplier on poison from river betties?
Betty
Wait,
of the
what?
river.
How did it get to a point where I'm being lectured on alchemy? I'm the Skyrim alchemy guy.
I'm the alchemy.
Excuse you. I made an entire
I'm the Skyrim boy.
Excuse you. I'm the one who made an entire alchemy guide all those years ago that's still paying my bills.
Oh man. I mean, my one's one of my best viewed videos at this point, and yeah, it was literally just here's a bunch of good potions.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
I mean
at
that's all
almost
that it boils down
200,000
to.
views, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how do I replicate this? How? It was like
Well, now
a
you just
solid
gotta do it for
hour's
the-
work.
The Solstheim ingredients.
Wait a minute. How on earth do I not have this achievement? Oh, crazy.
What, the
Way of the
Baron one,
Voice.
or-
The Way of the Voice. I don't know how. Like, I've beat the freaking quest. Oh, no, wait. That's because I had, mods. Okay, yeah, that's why. Mods.
Ah, okay.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I mean, I've always wanted to go back and do all of the halls, all the houses that you can build.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. It's like, yeah, you can, like, there are 3 different options for each, wing of the manor that you can build. And they give you
Yeah.
3 plots of land, so you can build the 3 different manors in totality with it's like, oh, this one's going to get all towers. Oh, this one's going to get all, like, the flat top wings or whatever. Because they're all physically different. And I've just never done it. And I think part of the reason is because I don't want to go into like stores and buy anything. I'm like, no, this is a game where my kleptomania is at its peak. I'm not gonna do that. But of course, like the most annoying part is having to like go over and, you know, like drag all of the iron ingots into location and then click a million times for all of the nails and the fittings. And then you have to
Don't forget the clay and the stone.
Oh, clay and stone. And what about all of the wood? You have to sit there for like a half hour being like, yes, let's buy some wood. Yes, let's buy some wood. It's just like, oh God.
Yeah. But then you have, you know, the Golden Hills Plantation that was added in Anniversary Edition. That's just superior.
Yeah.
But then of course
Anniversary Edition added a whole bunch of homes, which is just better.
It did, yeah.
Let's just not forget
any flavor you want.
We're also talking about Anniversary Edition.
Yeah.
With, you know, unbalanced. A lot of that loot. Not in the loot tables properly. It's just like,
buddy.
oh, level end game loot. Yeah, let's put that in the loot table for level 1. Why not? It bothers me so much.
I want Dragon Bone with no dragons, obviously.
What is this? It's pork, but there's no pig in it. Wait, what?
Something cannibalism, huh, Sarge?
Oh no. Let's move on.
Caedo, you're up next.
Okay, number 11, Hidden Knowledge. Ooh, 9.7 gamers on Steam have this.
9% of gamers.
9.7
gamers.
Nope,
How do you
under
get...
10. 9.7 gamers.
Yep, it was 10 gamers, but when one of them had a horrific accident.
Yep.
All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
It feels odd that Hidden Knowledge Achievement only has a completion rate of 9.6% on PSN. After all, learning all the secrets of the 5 black books isn't too tough considering their prominence in certain Skyrim questlines. Nevertheless, the completion rate mainly comes down to forgetting there's more or simply not being able to find the other books. It requires a lot of exploring, or a handy guide, underlined, and a considerable amount of dedication. However, it's definitely not impossible. Time-consuming, yes, but not impossible. Again, they said Skyrim, not Solstheim. Reference Dragonborn, the DLC, where all these black books are.
Yeah.
Hidden knowledge.
But they have a guide, so, you know, click it. Everyone, click the guide.
You know what?
Support the gamer, definitely.
Skyrim. I should check my achievements on the 32-bit build of Skyrim to find out what I've actually got.
I mean, did you even have the DLC on that? Or had you upgraded beforehand?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all of the DLC was released years before the special edition happened, so...
That's fair,
The special edition was a free upgrade. You got a copy of it if you had Elder Scrolls V. And I don't remember if you had to have the DLC or not. I know that I definitely bought the season pass for Skyrim. Oh yeah, my achievement coverage on this is way better.
I can say that I do not have the Hidden Knowledge achievement. I feel like at most I get like 3 or 4 black books, and then I'm like, I don't want to bother.
Yeah.
It's another one where it's like, it's weird to say that collecting a Daedric artifact from a realm of knowledge guarded by seekers is busy work, but it is busy work.
But it is, yeah.
It's the type of busy work I loved because I got it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got it in the original. I don't think that I've ever been as thorough with Skyrim in the special edition as I was with the original build, so...
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. At that point, it was probably fresh and new, and we weren't all jaded and old.
Well, I can now talk about an achievement which I got, because this was something where I was willing to do the busy work. Number 10 is Thief.
Yes.
This is 14.5% of players on Steam have it. Sneaking, lockpicking, and pickpocketing are some of the hardest things to do in this game, even with the right perks. This achievement is unlocked when the player has picked 50 locks and 50 pockets. although lockpicking isn't such a hard one to get, especially if you wait until you get the skeleton key from the Thieves Guild and use it for your own amusement before rightfully returning it to its place, pickpocketing can be surprisingly hard if low level. We recommend you wait until the Dark Brotherhood quest with friends like these, where you'll be faced with 3 tied up prisoners. Place gold into their inventory and then steal it from them over and over again and again, just to level up your pickpocketing skill easily, since they can't alert any guards. It feels weird that they've got that niche bit of advice in there, which, yeah, is a sort of an exploit to do this. I know I did this legit, though, because I like being a thief.
Mm-hmm.
And also, lockpicking is not difficult.
No.
The skeleton key, I think, isn't very good because lockpicking is so easy in this game.
Like, the skeleton key was the most valuable Daedric artifact in Oblivion because it trivialized it. Then lockpicking became so trivial in Skyrim that it was like, why would I ever need the skeleton key? I have 1,000 lockpicks.
I mean, I still like it because it saves time.
Yeah, I prefer the new mechanics of it, but it's a case of the lockpicking minigame not only got drastically easier, but lockpicks were suddenly found everywhere in huge abundance. In Oblivion, you didn't get that many lockpicks, and the game was challenging and you would break picks quite often. And in Skyrim, the game's so much easier, but they've given you more lockpicks to work with. It feels like they need to switch one or the other between the two. Like, either Oblivion needs lots of lockpicks, so you can afford to fail more, or Skyrim needs to be harder with so many lockpicks. It's... yeah, they over-course corrected.
It's really simple. If your mini-game is difficult, make the thing that people need more abundant. If the mini-game is easy, make the thing that you need to do it more scarce. It's not that difficult to balance it out.
Yeah, I actually know one game which did it right, which is Kingdoms of Amalur, because lockpicks aren't super common there, but the minigame's very similar to the Skyrim one, like basically the same.
Shout out Ellen Rose for being the main champion of Kingdoms of Amalur.
I was actually astonished the other day. I was going down a rabbit hole about like games that I used to play, and there was a studio called Big Huge Games that was responsible for a strategy game that I loved called Rise of Nations, and I found out that they were the same studio that did Kingdoms of Amalur. I was like, what? Crazy.
Whoa.
Wild. Wow. To have 2 completely different dots in my history of gaming suddenly be connected like that. That's all.
Yeah, that is cool. Even though it is recommending, since we could add advice because we're all experienced in Skyrim, even though they're suggesting starting another factions quest line and getting into the room with the the 3 targets, there's not much penalty to pickpocketing people, and you can just do it normally and be fine. Like, you'll get caught once in a while, but then you can like pay off the guards and just pickpocket them again. Like, it's really funny.
I'd argue that role-playing with the Thieves Guild is the best way to kind of have fun with it. This is...
and you can pickpocket all the people in the Thieves Guild, and they won't kick you out. So there's also that.
Yeah.
You can play keep away with your thief buddies, and that's role-playing. So, yeah. There's ways to do it to keep it more immersive than stealing from tied up prisoners and filling their pockets with gold and then pulling it out. Yeah. Ooh, number 9. Who's number 9? Is that you, Will?
Who did?
I believe so.
Okay. Number 9, Master Architect. 3.9% of players have this on Steam. If you own Hearthfire, oh boy, this is going back. This is one of the hardest ones to get it in the DLC. You must build 3 houses, but be careful. Certain conditions need to be met, as each of these houses must have all 3 wings built in as well. The house must also include a proper entryway, so simply building a small house with the necessities found inside the starting chest isn't going to be enough. Wood, quarried stone, and iron ingots will be your main sources of building materials, as well as money, so make sure you've loaded up on all of these before you even begin your journey as a carpenter. I mean,
we could just repeat everything we said in the landowning one, because we spilled over into the building houses as well.
Yeah,
we did.
It's another Hearthfire one.
I mean, frankly, like the fact that they're different is a little bit like it feels like.
Yeah, it's basically. It almost feels like you started the DLC achievement and you finished the DLC achievement. Because they put here that this is one of the hardest ones to get in the DLC, and I'm like, surely it's the hardest to get in the DLC. Hearthfire was house building.
Yeah.
This is building all the houses for
That's just all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but it's just like, well, I don't. You only build all of them because you want all of them, or because
of the achievement
hunting. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like once you have one, you're good most of the time.
And because like Skyrim does not fundamentally have the magic combined inventory chest, it's like having multiple houses with your supplies in different locations is really annoying. So
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Like a game without a stash like this is
it's kind of wild that Bethesda hasn't done that they haven't made the unified stash chest. I mean, on one hand, it's like, well, I kind of have to, give it to them. They've put that restriction in the game and just stuck with it. But I feel like it's more because nobody has stopped and been like, what if we just did this?
We do actually have a unified stash chest in a Bethesda game. It's in Fallout 76.
You leave that alone.
We do have a unified stash chest in another Bethesda game.
Don't.
Starfield.
Don't.
Yeah, I get to join in the discuss now.
It just happened
Caedo.
this year, and it's too little too late.
It's too little too late. What do you mean?
Let's
Don't you
look
want
at
to
the bright side, which
don't
Bethesda at least knows about this and are doing it now. So maybe in the next good game they make that objectively everyone enjoys, maybe we'll see these good things appear.
Yeah, 10 years later, once they've discovered that unified storage is actually good and something that players want, then they'll actually use it.
Wait. You're telling me that players don't want to just reset the world to start the story over again? The story that was a slog to get to the end to begin with?
Yeah.
All right. Master Architect is done.
Yep.
Okay.
Caedo, you're up next, aren't you?
Number 8, Thum Master. 17.9% of players on Steam have this one. There are 20 dragon shouts found in the base game, only 4 of which are accessible through the main quest line. That means the player still needs to go around and find 16 extra shouts all around the world of Skyrim. Each shout has 3 words, but for the achievement to be unlocked, you only need to have 1 word unlocked. Oh, interesting. Obviously, to do this, dragon souls are also needed, but this shouldn't be a problem with how aggressive and common dragons become on your journey as you progress a bit more into the main quest line. A good place to look for these shouts is the old Nordic crypts marked with a dragon claw symbol, as they're almost guaranteed to have an unlockable shout at the end of the dungeon.
Do they not always have a shout at the end of the dungeon?
I mean, I think they're trying to say, like, if there's a dragon claw, then you'll get it, But the fact they're saying the dragon claw symbol, I think they're mixing it up with the map markers, which is a different thing.
I think they're mixing it up with the dragon claw key receptacle.
Yeah.
The dragon
That's what
claw
I'm about.
is like used so frequently in the game too. Like it's a eccentric symbol of Skyrim.
Yeah.
So
they're wrong.
I mean, the gamers
They're a little bit wrong.
The
I wanna give
gamer
them
is
some
never
credit
wrong.
here.
100%
Never
wrong.
suggest.
17.9% right.
I've got this achievement, and I don't even like shouts that much. I feel like this is one that you just kind of can stumble across if you do play for a really long time and you like going through all the dungeons and whatnot.
It's another one like, I should have this achievement because I made a guide on all of them. So
You should, but do you?
I should, but I don't know if I do.
You don't have Steam open right now? What's wrong with you?
Okay, let me check. Jeez. All right, hold on.
I'm judging so hard right now.
I'm looking. I have 53 out of 75.
Oh, Caedo, is that worse for me? Yes, it's worse for me. I can shame you. I've got 60 out of 75.
Shame. What's it called again?
Thum Master.
Boom.
Thum Master. Oh, I might actually have it.
I mean, you should do.
It's not alphabetical. I'm so annoyed.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
you got to put it in. You got to put it on the global achievement to see everything typically.
Oh.
Because
yeah.
yeah.
I
that is
unlocked
also
it in
percentage.
June 19th of 2020.
Ah.
Good job, me.
Well, let's move on to one which I unlocked in August 14th of 2021. One with the Shadows.
Oh.
11.3% of players on Steam have this. Let me check that. Does it tell me? It's now 5.3%. That has dropped significantly. The point of this achievement is to restore the infamous Thieves Guild of Skyrim to its former glory. It involves various small jobs that you can acquire from Vex and Delvin within the guild itself, until you get access to 4 special quests. If you're playing as a character with thieving skills, these will be easy enough to achieve, but if not, we recommend using the above trick to level up your pickpocketing. Luckily, not all of the jobs from Vex and Delvin are difficult, some only involving planting an item into a chest or interacting with a ledger book, which doesn't require special sneaking or pickpocketing skills. I only have one correction to make here, which is they say Vex and Delvin are within the guild itself, where technically they're in the Ragged Flagon, which is just outside of the guild.
And what's the trick above? Did I miss something?
The trick above is the one we talked about with
Pickpocketing.
the thief achievement,
Oh,
where they
the-
told you
yeah.
how to lockpick and pickpocket.
Cool.
Yeah.
The exploit that is another quest line. Cool. Yep.
Yeah. Well, once again, the reason I got this was because I did like a proper Thieves Guild playthrough where I was really role-playing and having fun with it, and I got to restore the Thieves Guild to its former glory. Because it's very enjoyable to play that faction if you roleplay into it and really
And
just
you get the
invest in it.
the Blackguard's armor, or the Guildmaster
You're thinking-
armor.
You get the Guildmaster armor. Blackguard armor is the other one you're thinking of, which is in the DLC, which you can actually get much easier, and is kind of better from what I recall.
Oh right, it's the Solstheim one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
Because
never
Bethesda love their power creep.
I'll never forget how I got this achievement in the special edition, which wasn't recorded because I was doing a series and I had mods on. But I remember I got to the end of it and I was like, okay, we finished like the big Nightingale thing, and I should probably just finish off the guild and bring it back to its former glory. So what I did was I walked over to like Delvin and then Vex, and I asked them about the jobs and I had them describe them. And what I did was I cut together a bunch of footage of the type of jobs that they were describing when they told me what those jobs were. And then after having those discussions, it was like, oh look, we're done. You just saw me do a whole bunch of ledgers and clean out a whole bunch of structures and whatnot, and that's it.
Heist movie editing.
Yeah, that was basically it. It was a big heist movie.
Nice.
When did I get this achievement? January 11th, 2012 at 2:58 in the afternoon.
That's so many years ago.
That is so many years ago. Well, this is the only one that I have unlocked for the original build because, again, like the series was done with mods on Special Edition, which means it's still hanging out in the void. Maybe that's what I do for one of my like long-term stream goals. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna go full-on achievement hunting with no mods.
And I tried to do that. I tried to do like a completionist run where I got all the achievements I was missing, and I'm pretty sure my game like bugged out at the point where you capture a dragon and trap it in Whiterun, and my game just would not progress there. And I was like, cool, I can't do this.
Boo.
I mean, that's one of the big challenges with Bethesda games is the fact that like so many bugs are cumulative. That's the reason why they let you reset the universe in Starfield, because it's like, yeah, the world bugs out if you play for too long. We need a way to reset everything at some point. So they tried to write that in, and well, less said about that, the better.
Anyway, we've got more stuff to say because we've got our next, the hardest possible achievement to talk about.
Golden Touch. So difficult to find that 32% of players haven't. You can earn this achievement by having 100,000 gold stored in your inventory. This might sound like an impossible mission, and there are bugs and exploits in the game to get around this. However, if you're going the legitimate route, the best way to get here is to finish the Dark Brotherhood questline early on in the game and restore the Dark Brotherhood to its full glory. After that, you'll be performing assassinations for 800 gold apiece regularly, which is an easy in-game way of making money fast. Make sure you also pick up everything you can early early on and sell what you don't need, including pots and pans and cups from dungeons. Most importantly, avoid buying any equipment or items and focus on finding gear in dungeons and through quests. You'll be surprised how quickly you'll reach 100,000 gold. Oh,
okay.
boy.
The game is back on form. We had a few entries there where we were not nitpicking, but being like, oh, here's a mild mistake they made. Now they're just giving garbage. Yeah.
This is bad. This is horrible.
Just garbage advice. Pots and pans, most of those have a top value of like 10 or 15. That is like the most expensive pots and pans. A lot of them have a value of 0 or even just 1, and you need a good speed. Bad advice. Such bad advice.
Okay, wait. How do you determine what loot is worth picking up in Skyrim versus not worth picking up?
This is Sarge's specialty.
It's 10 times the weight to value ratio of 10, basically. So if something weighs 1, it has to have a value of at least 10.
Exactly.
To pick it up in order to sell it.
Not complicated. It's like, oh, does it weigh 0.1? Okay, then you can pick that up if it's worth 1 gold. It's simple, you know? Not complicated. And just... I'm surprised the number of people that don't know this trick.
Yeah, and also it's sort of a thing that later on as well, I'll then increase that number to be like a 20 times weight to value ratio or something, because after a point you're just getting such expensive loot that it's not worth picking up the stuff that's like 1 gold but weighs 0.1.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember one of the thing, because gold was an item in your inventory in Morrowind. It was not an item in your inventory in Oblivion. And then it became an item in your inventory for Skyrim again. And what I remember was that with both Morrowind and Skyrim was that you would get a house eventually, and I would choose a location to just dump all my money. I'm like, I don't know why. Like, I'm just kind of happy having no money in my inventory and having to fill it up to some degree again. So, and the cool thing in Morrowind was that the larger the quantity of money that you decided to like place on a table, the larger the set piece of like money stack it was. So you could have these tiny little coins sitting around, or like a 5 or a 10 coin stack, and then like if you put 100 together, it was like, oh, this is a pile of money. So like I would just make a treasure pile in the middle of the house that I had.
Yeah.
Good times. But for Skyrim, I specifically would be like, okay, Lakeview Manor, there is a literal safe next to my bed. I am going to just put all my gold inside of the safe. And
yeah,
I remember when I was doing my playthrough and I did that, people were like, why are you dumping your gold out of your inventory? And I'm like, I don't need it. And it's kind of fun to have to rebuild all the money I need and still have plenty if something comes along that I do need it for.
Yeah. What if there's an emergency?
Yeah.
What if my health insurance doesn't cover it, guys?
Bro, do you even know what an emergency fund is?
If the dragon maims me, I gotta pay a lot of money.
401k, pal. Invest in your future.
Yep. I'm almost 40.
Okay, Mr. 40-year-old, do you want to take the next entry?
39, Sarge. I'm not there yet. Number 5, Dragon Rider. 3.5% of players have this on Steam. This is a relatively easy quest to finish, but the catch is that you must first finish the Dragonborn's main quest line. Once you've acquired the Bend Will Shout and finished the main quest, you need to tame and ride 5 different dragons. To find dragons, the best way is to head over to the dragon lair in Skyrim, of which there are several all around. The places are marked with a dragon's head marker and will usually have a word wall with an unlockable shout waiting for you. So this achievement is perfect to grind while also grinding out the Thuum Master one. Oh my god, I couldn't read that.
Weirdly, I think they're underselling how difficult this kind of is to some degree. Like, maybe not difficult, but annoying?
I've never really done dragon riding in the game.
5 different dragons? Is it different types of dragons? Or is it just...
Not different types of dragons, just you can't use the same dragon over and over again. Yeah.
Okay. My brain made it seem like that was harder than it is.
No, it's still... It's not even that it's super difficult. I mean, you do have to finish the Dragonborn questline, which is sort of the endgame questline to some degree of Skyrim. but then dragon riding is not particularly good.
No.
Like, it's really difficult to control. It's not as fun as it should be. It's one of those things that should have been such a cool thing and such an amazing sort of reward for the final DLC, but instead was just like, oh, this is really difficult to control and I can't tell what's going on. It's like a cool gimmick for about 10 seconds.
It's almost like Bethesda doesn't really do good with ship combat. Wait. Wait a minute.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
Starfield was totally non-dragon-like.
Listen, everybody is like, no, the shipbuilders are really cool. And I'm like, yeah, but is piloting the ship any fun? And I was like, you shut up right now.
But Will, you neglect to mention that the last big update made it so you can travel between planets in your ship, which is very exciting because it's a black screen with white dots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the backdrop in Star Trek? It's that.
God. I mean, I hate to stumble down that road in any capacity, but just every single time I'm like, somehow they botched something that another game very successfully made fun, jumping between planets, you know?
Yes.
I mean, I'm guessing you're thinking of No Man's Sky.
Yes,
but
exactly. I don't know how No Man's Sky is like, it's... sorry.
No, I made a video when the Free Lanes update came out, and I showed off Rebel Galaxy, which also has you flying a ship between planets, and it's so bright and vibrant, and there's like supernovas and electrical storms in space, and just this incredibly rich environment you're traveling through. And then I contrasted that to Starfield, which is a black screen with white dots.
Yeah.
And it's come on.
It's really funny that like even Spore, it was fun.
Yeah.
To a degree. Like, I know Space Stage gets a lot of flack, but it's more, I find it more fun than Starfield.
You've just reminded me
space
of
travel.
Rebel Galaxy. I haven't thought of that in so long. Man,
it's such a like good little hidden gem of a game.
I remember playing it whenever it was when it was pre-release at PAX, and man, I was like, oh, this is a great game. They did a good job with the licensed music in that game too.
Oh god, yes. Like, you don't even need to do anything other than just fly around space listening to the music, and you will have an amazing time. It will be more fun than an entire Starfield playthrough.
They nailed the space western vibe without question.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
All right.
Who was next?
I think I'm on this one.
Sarge, yeah.
Yeah. Number 4 is Master Criminal. I like how I'm getting all the thief sort of ones.
Yes.
I've been like my last few. This one, only 3.8% of players on Steam, apparently. To get this achievement, you need to have a bounty of 1,000 gold in each of the 9 holds of Skyrim, which can be quite a pain to achieve. Make sure you have all major cities unlocked for fast travel. You can do this by using the carriage to unlock any city you haven't already. To get the highest bounty, killing a guard or another NPC is the best way to go before running away. If you're fast enough after killing your victim, you can even fast travel to the next city before the guards have time to react to what has happened. Any player setting out to achieve this one should definitely make sure their game is backed up, so that we don't end up having to actually pay the total of 9,000 gold at the end of this achievement.
This is one...
What? By that time you're so rich?
Like, this, in my opinion, of all of the achievements that I am actively aware about from Skyrim, this is the one that's I've always looked at and been like, that takes some dedication, man. That takes some dedication.
Yes and no, because they even point out that you can do this quite easily if you just do a save, then decide you're going to go to each major city, kill someone, get the achievement, you're done. I think the dedication is deciding you want this achievement enough to just go on a little custom side quest of being a serial killer, because that is the easy way to do it. And yeah, I don't think this is actually difficult, I just think it's kind of pointless, because I don't know anyone who'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just randomly get this achievement. It's really a case of you need to be a dedicated murderer who doesn't get caught in order to stumble across this one. I think I don't like this achievement is what I'm realizing as I'm talking.
That's basically my take on it. It's too meta game. Who wants to do that? You know, who wants to go and basically, in a legitimate manner,
Cicero,
end up in a situation where nobody wants Nobody wants to trade with you. Oh, I'm going to go out and make certain that nobody will actually like purchase the wares that I have. It's like it is antithetical to the way that you kind of need to play the game, and thus makes it way too meta for me to care about. So
I actually watched someone play through Skyrim for the first time, and she did end up constantly racking up a bounty in place by just, like, deciding to shout at guards and stuff, being like, oh, this will be fine, or just kind of messing up in the way new players do. And even she was getting nowhere near this achievement, even while being kind of a
Chaos Gremlin?
prick. Chaos Gremlin, that works, yeah. While being a Chaos Gremlin in all the holds, she still was nowhere near to getting this achievement. It is just one that you have to get for the sake of getting it.
And I think that's what rubs me so wrong about it.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean,
well,
and
how do you
also
feel
if
about
you're
books?
Cicero.
How
Okay,
do you
so
feel about books, Will?
number 3, Reader. 21.8% of players on Steam have this. The goal of this achievement is to read 50 skill books, which can be found scattered all across Skyrim and its dungeons, cities, and towns. If you want to be efficient about this, there are 2 good ways. Unread Book Glow mod from the Nexus mods, which makes books you haven't touched yet glow and appear more vivid on your screen. Otherwise, the only way is simply adventuring out into dungeons. This is a painstaking process despite its simplicity, and you will feel rewarded once you're finished. Mods,
I enjoyed the
deactivate.
pain when you said that, because
Mods,
The
deactivate.
solutions is mods, guys. Mods. Come on.
yeah, I also have a problem with them saying the way to do this is to install mods. Like, even if it wouldn't deactivate, being just, we're almost at the end of the list, and now they're like, maybe just cheat your way to make it a bit easier is the vibe of this. And
Yeah.
also saying there are 2 good ways, and then they give one good, huge quotation marks way, and then the other way is just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
You know what would be an actual useful tip here?
Good advice.
Is pointing out that skill books have a higher value. They tend to be like 50 plus value, so that way you can tell quite easily rather than just clicking on every book and reading it. That's at least a small tip that they could have said. No, they didn't.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Like so do you guys have this skill this achievement?
I do not. Though I fully understand why I don't have it, because every time I play Skyrim, I'm like, oh, let's avoid reading that skill book. I know they're more efficient when you use them
I don't want to level
later.
too fast.
Yeah. And I just end up never reading them, because I'm like, I'll wait until I'm 95 in this skill before I read any skill books. And then I just don't do it.
I do have Reader.
Oh, Caedo.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Okay, so I'm checking
I
achievements
think it's over multiple playthroughs though.
I have this achievement. I'm checking it on the original Skyrim. You want to guess how long it took me after the game's release to get this achievement?
2 months.
I was going to say like a week. It's going to be either insanely fast or just years and years down the line, I reckon.
12 days.
12 days.
It took me 12 days. Unlocked November 23rd, 2011.
You do like reading books.
I love finding the books in these games. Oh my god. they're the like they no other like I've got an entire thing that I've written about this. I should really actually push it out to a video at some point, but the whole concept is like, no, this is an amazing type of world building. There are entire books that you can just sit down and read, and they are exclusive to this game. Like, admittedly, they've like bound them up and sold them off at this point on like Amazon or whatever. But like, I don't know another game that has anything like that. So
Yeah, it's one of those things that is pretty iconic to the Elder Scrolls. Is it's not just its lore, but it's books on the lore that are in the game.
Yeah, and the fact that it's just, I remember watching people pick up Skyrim for the first time, you know, like within the first 5-ish years after its initial release, and some people would be like, oh, look, there's a book, and they'd pick it up, and it would have pages with text on it, and they were like, wait, what? And they'd start flipping the pages, and they're like, this is an actual book I can read? It's just, like,
Yes.
and, you know, they tried to do the same thing, sort of, with Starfield, except they'd only have like the first paragraph out of a bunch of classics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not the same.
No.
I think some of the book, like even the what was it, the dragon whatever
Oh, the Dragon comics or whatever they're called, yeah.
Yeah,
The ones
those
you
are just
have to collect tons of.
those are just objectives. They're not even. I don't think they're readable, are they?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe they have like a line or two for each one that describes like, oh, in this issue, blah de blah will happen, but you don't actually get to read them.
I mean, the only reason we have any of these books in the game is because of the one guy who, like, basically wrote most of the lore, and he would, like, have all-night sessions, you know? We'd be going crazy with it. So, I forget what the man's
Like
name
you
is.
say, it's a really cool bit of world building though, and it's something that you can only really do in a video game. Like,
Yeah.
you can't put it into a movie or even a book. You can't put, like, there was 20 books and one of them had, like, niche bits of lore.
Unless the movie is
such a video
specifically
game
about
thing.
books.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like the never-ending story. Because they're like,
even that's not the same thing.
but they're in the book.
They're in the book, yes, but it's not like you can have a movie where it's just like, oh, and there's a little Easter egg. There's just pages open of this book that was written for the movie. And if you
Yeah.
happen to pause at the right time, you read it. Like, the closest you get in movies tends to be, like, newspapers, where people will pause movies and be like, oh, what did they write for this newspaper? Is it a custom prop?
Yeah, it's like, oh, look, because we have the 4K resolution version of this movie, and there's the guy has ripped all the pages out of the book and he spread them all across the table, and there's just one shot, and if you stop, you can read all the pages on the book. Like, that's the only way to do it. That's the only way you could do something like that. So, all right,
Anyway,
Caedo.
It's me?
Yep.
Okay.
yep.
Number 2, Legend. 6.7% of players have this on Steam. If you own Dawn Guard, then you'll be faced with the ultimate type of dragon, the legendary kind. These dragons are extremely powerful and are estimated by some dedicated community members to be around 78 levels. To get this achievement, you need to kill one yourself, which means leveling up will be the top priority. There are a few ways to do this, depending on which skills you want to level up. For example, if you'd like to train your armor, standing in a fire trap of a dungeon while casting healing on yourself is a good way to get there fast. Nope. Once you have your levels down, a legendary dragon can be found either randomly in most layers or at Lost Tongue Overlook. That's nice that it's very specific there.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so specific there. I don't think Lost Tongue Overlook is actually, like, a special spawn point for them, but
It's just a dragon perch. Like you'll just find them outside.
Yep. I do not have this achievement because they've said it's the dragons are around 78 level, but Legendary Dragon is actually set at level 75, but they typically start showing up at player level 78. So that's a little bit of information there.
Ooh,
And
Lord.
yeah, player level 78 is you need to have leveled a lot of skills. Like, I find that I'm basically done with a build once I reach, like, 30 odd.
Yeah, this is an anti-Sarge achievement for sure.
Yeah.
Because
This is a... you have to either decide that you want to level up basically every skill, which makes you a jack of all trades, and that isn't a great thing to do in Skyrim because you technically become weaker, or you have to just legendary a bunch of your own skills in order to train them more and just level grind almost for the sake of level grinding.
But if you
get to that point,
if you don't go legendary and you just get them all up to 100, you're a jack of all trades and a master at all.
yeah,
Like, you can say that.
it's
Like, that's a fun thing to say.
I wish the legendary dragon showed up, even just in a few unique spots as well, because I'd like to get this achievement legitimately, but I'm not going to because I can't imagine a playthrough where I actually reach level 78.
yeah. I mean, I've already gotten it.
I mean,
but
just
it's because
from
I play different.
just from bugs alone, you know, just from bugs alone, that makes it hard to achieve because, like, getting the program to not have some game-breaking thing happen by that point, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like, for one playthrough I tried to do my 100% where I might have reached that level, and it broke.
Can I point out that the screenshot is also Alduin, not a legendary dragon?
Yeah.
It's also some wild shade that Alduin isn't a legendary dragon.
He doesn't count.
He's super legendary, which means that he's just like all of the other dragons that you fight with no different skill set, and you kill him exactly the same way.
Hey, he's got
He's got the
black
Rain of Fire.
scales.
He's got the Rain of Fire shout that he uses in only certain scripts.
In only certain scripts. Yeah. Oh, man. Really shooting for peak there.
I mean, technically he resurrects dragons. It's not actually a ability he has in combat or anything, but it's a scripted thing. Just like he also summons like bad weather.
Yeah, he's got plot skills.
Bad weather.
Yeah.
He's got to set the mood. It's his mood lighting.
Well, this next one.
Maybe we'll kiss.
Oh, for God's sake.
Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Game Grumps. My bad.
I can tell. This next one, this is, I gotta hand it to them. This next one, it's correct. It's one that I don't have. I've never gotten this one somehow.
It's one that you can inadvertently fail to.
Oh no. Yep. You just reminded me of how I failed this one. What is it?
I do have this one, but I unlocked it in December of 2022.
Caedo?
What?
It's your turn.
I did the last one.
You did?
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry.
Oh,
the achievement we're talking about, but not mentioning by name, is Oblivion Walker. This apparently 5.8% of players on Steam have it, though according to my own Steam page, it's actually 3.4% now. No doubt the funniest, but also the hardest achievement in the game due to its sheer complexity, Oblivion Walker requires you to collect 15 Daedric artifacts. Since each artifact is part of a different quest, it can be difficult to collect these all at once. Some of the easier ones to acquire are Mehrunes Razor, which is included in a quest automatically triggered when the player is level 20, and the Mace of Molag Bal, which is one of the first quests you'll encounter when you enter Markarth. What makes this difficult is especially the quest Discerning the Transmutane, which will lead you to get the Ogma Infinium, but it will require you to collect blood from several different dead races of elves and orcs. To get around this, try and start this quest as early as you can by visiting Septimus Outpost behind the College of Winterhold.
Man, like, the difficult part about this achievement is the fact that it is just, you have to make some objectively bad decisions for some really not great artifacts. Because not all of the artifacts are great. Like, the Ebony Blade isn't really all that wonderful.
Well, it's because it's bugged. That's part of the problem. It's never been fixed.
And then, of course, you've got the Skull of Corruption. I've never really been entertained by that one either.
Yeah.
It's even when you fully charge it, it's like, oh, this is all right, I guess.
It's a damaging staff with extra steps, so you could just get like a staff of Fireball and it's better.
And I mean, like,
I feel like
I would be
there's only 4 or 5 good Daedric artifacts, I'd argue.
Yeah. That's about right.
To be honest, like, the one thing that this game is missing for its Daedric artifacts is the ability to have a shrine where you place them all and you can stand back and be like, yeah, I got them all, you know?
Like, funny you mention that. Anniversary Edition
Oh no.
has Daedric artifact displays, but they can also bug out. So,
like,
you know,
and I think that's one of the
Skyrim.
reasons why the dragon masks are so cool in Skyrim. Dragon masks are something, I don't think that they're anywhere inside of the achievements.
No, which
is kind of crazy.
feels like...
But that I feel makes the dragon masks one of the best examples of, like, no, if you love this game, you're only going to find out about dragon masks by playing the game and engaging with the community, because they're not in the achievements, they're not in quest lines, and there's a place where you can put them all where they belong, right? And
unlock the final one.
Yeah, and that is a very dedicated thing to do. And to a certain degree, it's a shame that there's no achievement for getting that. But on the other hand, it's like, no, that proves the depth that this game has, the incredible depth that this game allows. So, and you know, that's what I love about it. And the masks are objectively, like, way better to get because you don't have to, like, betray someone for an unimpressive item. Like, you just get the masks because they're out there. Is it easy to find them? without a guide, good luck type situation. I don't think
There's a few of them which you stumble across just because they're linked to like quest lines, but
I think I had to.
Getting all of them is a nightmare.
I had to wiki the masks, and it took me a long time before I was like, you know what, I'm finally going to do this. So, but other than that, you know, the Daedric artifacts, they're very hit and miss. Actually, do you have a favorite Daedric artifact?
Mehrunes Razor. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so fun just stabbing a dragon once and it dies.
Yeah.
Just with this tiny little dagger.
That's like the closest to a dev-based like weapon in the game.
Yeah.
The fact it's also like truly unique. Like some of them are just like, oh, here's a unique skin on a Warhammer and it does a basic enchantment effect. Like I really wish all of the artifacts were uniques, because then even like the bad ones, like you brought up the Skull of Corruption, at least the Skull of Corruption is somewhat memorable because it has this weird effect tied to it.
It like, looks unique.
Yeah. I'd even argue stuff like, I can't even remember the name, like Malakath's Hammer or whatever it's called. What is the... Volendrung. Yeah. It's just like a... Is it a damage stamina or absorb stamina?
Yeah, it's not
absorb stamina. But it also swings as fast as a greatsword.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's part of what makes it like above.
Ironically enough, still not the best damage hammer in the game, because whenever I did my playthrough, I was like, no armor, you know, armor spells only, and we're gonna go with a hammer. So to make that like progressively change and be interesting visually, I kept changing the hammer that I was using, despite the fact that objectively the Skysteel hammer is like, no, just grab that until you can find this one hammer out in the corner of the world type situation, because it just levels up with you. Despite that being the case, I kept changing the hammers that I was using, and I used Volendrug, and in the process I was like, okay, this does a whole lot of damage because it swings faster, but then it turns out there's another hammer in the game that I think it's a glitch. It's held by some bandit somewhere. You pick that up, it swings even faster than Volendrug. And
you're talking about... I know which one you're talking about.
I don't know.
Is it the long hammer?
That might be it. Yeah. So, and it was like, yeah, that's the best hammer in the game based on attack speeds and everything.
DPS, yes.
Yeah, DPS alone. And I was like, a lot of it boils down to, because you're not one-shotting anything in the game with a hammer, ever. So you gotta go for DPS. And it was an interesting experience learning all of the intricate details about the different Warhammers in the game based on, well, I gotta keep changing it because I need something to visually switch around for the sake of the series. So, and yet I still didn't max out my hammer skill. It was never not hammer time.
Yeah. But that, I mean, you're on the right track for getting the long hammer for skill leveling, because that's one of the best ways to do it too.
Yeah, it's based on the number of attacks you do, not so much how much damage you do.
I'm personally annoyed that Saviour's Hide and the Mask of Clavicus Vial, which I think are two of the coolest looking armor pieces, have effects that are basically just standard enchantments. It's a variety of standard enchantments, but
I really love grabbing.
I thought Saviour's Hide had an enchantment that's not easy to come across.
It's resist magic and resist poison.
Yeah, resist magic. That's not
that hard to come across.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Like, you find random rings and stuff with it.
You're actually reminding me of Oblivion now. And there was the Bladefall Cuirass. That, like, 30% resistance to standard weapons. I remember that was a really high level... random type of loot that you could get in dungeon chests once you reach like
you can enchant items with it. Sorry, I was still looking. My bad.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, that's the end of the list.
Yeah. That list was not as bad as I thought it was going to be based off of the first one. clearly, I think they just added anything with master in the name of the achievement at the very end and just threw them on the end.
Yeah, that seems about right.
I mean, if I look at the achievement list for Skyrim, most of the stuff that's just at the very, very bottom, if you go based on just global achievement, it's like, yeah, they basically just, that's all that they did. They went to Steam and they sorted based on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, that's almost exactly it. There's a few separate ones they didn't pick, but
yeah, like they didn't touch on Ariel's bow, which is a one that's way high up there. So
if you want to be a skill master, a master werewolf, a master vampire, and a master, then get those achievements.
There you go.
Just out of curiosity, while we've all got Skyrim up, what's everyone's most recent achievement they got?
Oh my god, my most recent achievement?
It's probably around the same time I went back to Skyrim for the anniversary.
April
stuff.
4th. Adopt a child.
What year was that?
Yeah, I saw that one.
That was earlier this year.
Wait, was that this
This
year?
year,
Oh
yeah.
man, I thought I was gonna have the most recent one, but
I am a player who's just like, I do not care about the children. I do not care about marriage. Do not
I
bother
hate
me
them.
with these things.
don't worry, I do not have the proud parent achievement. And in fact, my most recent achievement, which I only unlocked on January 9th of 2023, is get married.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that's the one before proud parent, March 16th. It was get married. And I only did these things because I had a viewer during my streams who was like, will you please play Skyrim again? And they convinced me. And then they were like,
Was there money involved?
Do these things. Oh, there was totally money involved. There was money involved to get me to play the game again, and then there was money involved to get me to play a specific way. And it was like, no, you get married, have a house, have kids. You know.
You hear that, listeners? We can be bribed.
So easily.
Money will get you somewhere.
Yeah.
I've paid Sarge to kill Trash Can Carla before.
Yes. And there's now someone in my community permanently known as Carla's Ghost.
I created lore in Sarge's channel.
Oh my god.
By paying him to kill Carla.
All right. Well, we are getting low on time here, but do we want to?
Landowner is my most recent.
Landowner.
Oh, fair.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
November 12th,
I do
2021.
enjoy how all of our most recent achievements are like super basic, real life, boring stuff.
Yeah.
Just like get married, have kid, own place.
All the fun stuff actually already happened. We're now just entering the twilight years of our happiness.
Yeah. Having to settle down from the whole adventuring life.
Oh man, from those.
Anyway, like you say, Strife, we are getting close on time. So, do you want to quickly mention a couple of games you've been playing lately and enjoying?
I'll go last.
Oh,
You'll go last.
okay. Caedo, can you briefly talk about the games you've been playing? Because I know sometimes you got a long one.
We just did a bunch of talk about like that first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Damn. Caedo's just deleted a bunch of stuff off the outline.
Okay, yeah, just use the backspace key there on your list.
There we go. To get me into the mode of Skyrim without actually playing Skyrim, I've been playing a lot of Oblivion Remaster. Part of it was, wanting to get it to a state where it played well, because my computer still has some hitching issues with it, and I think that's more of a universal effect that the game has, or universal problem that the game still has, but it's
fully after the second patch, like just something went wrong with frame rates just arbitrarily, and I can't figure out.
No, it was always that bad for
really
me.
Oh geez.
Yeah So I did a little tinkering. I got the DLSS kind of at a spot to where it looked okay without everything smearing in a gross way on screen. And then I also, because for whatever reason, when you turn on DLSS, you can't have in the game settings, you can't have VSync on at the same time, which, for anybody who doesn't know, VSync is what prevents the game from tearing on your screen when you turn left or right.
Oh, jeez.
So I went into NVIDIA Control Panel and just forced it on for everything because that's what I do anyway. So I managed to get DLSS, so the little frame generation stuff that allows it to kind of stay at 60 and also not have screen tearing at the same time, which is my safe spot. I'm not gonna screw with it anymore because I still get occasional frame drops, but they go down to 50 FPS instead of like 20. So and then at that point, after tinkering enough, I just started playing Oblivion and enjoying my time and working on my high elf. I don't play high elf very often, but I made the glass cannon build that Sarge and I went over in my Oblivion Magic Guide, and have been having a lot of fun with that. I will also mention that high elves are also the tallest in Oblivion Remaster. I believe in the original Oblivion, like, everybody was the same height, but in the remaster, everybody's a little different sized. And there's certain doorways I can't fit into.
Okay, then.
So that's fun.
That's lovely.
It's not common, but it's very entertaining when my character is just too tall, and because of how hitboxes work in Bethesda games, crouching doesn't do anything.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's been entertaining for sure.
I mean, your mention about hitboxes is just remind me of Starfield again, and how the quote-unquote air ducts were just enormous bay doors.
They're adult shaped. Yeah.
Yes. I was like, that's okay.
You don't have to crouch.
Anyways.
You just stand up in them. Yep. And one little game that I decided to get because I saw it as like a game jam result like years ago was Last Man Sitting, which is a really entertaining concept. When I first saw it, it's just like, oh, this is like an arena shooter, but everybody is in office chairs and they're all office workers and they have big guns and they're just kind of sliding around this space and blowing each other away. And it is that. There is a PvP mode that is that, but now they have also gone into the roguelike realm in the full release version of the game, where you can have co-op battles that are very like Vampire Survivors-esque, but in a 3D realm. You're just sliding around through a lobby. You have different chairs, different weapons, different characters you can play as. You start as the accountant. You can be the secretary. You can be the manager. But the weapons are all ridiculous too. Like, you start with a minigun. You can get a katana that's like 3 times the length of your body. It's so much fun. It is so much fun. There will be B-roll of it. I do recommend it because it's $2.50 right now on Steam.
Oh, holy moly!
Yeah, and so if you want some goofery, this is that. This is definitely that, and worth every penny.
Okay.
So my buddy and I were playing that last night because I got it for him too, because I noticed it was on his wish list, and he was like, shakes fist in gratitude. So anyway, that's I have a Skyrim playthrough planned, and that should be up this weekend as well. The Skyrim cursed playthrough, where I curse myself every single time I pick up a enchanted item.
Ooh.
And I use a cool wheel to do that you'll get to see. Anyway, what are you been playing, doing, Sarge?
Well, I picked up a game called Lone Star because it was one of the free games that Epic gives away every week. And it turns out it's quite a fun little sci-fi roguelike.
Ooh.
You just put weapons on this little ship. It's very number-based. I think the people who made it are even called, like, Math Team or something super nerdy like that. And it's just get higher numbers than the enemy, but because it's a roguelike, you've got all these different weapons you can use beyond just basic lasers. And it's really intricate and quite hard to describe, but it's just fun numbers.
Yeah, it looks like it's got some what's that other spaceship game that's spaceship combat?
Starfield.
It's not Starfield. No.
No.
No, I know the game that you're talking about. God, what was it? Oh my word!
I bet one of the reviews will mention it.
But anyway, yeah, Lone Star is just a very fun little roguelike, and it's the sort of thing that I was actually playing it before we were recording, because I was like, oh, I've not got a lot of time and I don't want to be too
FTL.
invested in something. Oh, FTL Foster, like,
FTL.
yes.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with the game. My favourite characters were Thief, unsurprisingly, because it means you can just, every time you go to a shop, rather than paying for stuff, you just get to steal something. And
Nice.
I'm like, yes, it's great. But yeah, it's very, very fun, nice and enjoyable, and I got it for free, which
Yeah.
yeah, it's real nice when you get that. But
It's
the
almost
other
like
game
you stole it.
The other game I've been playing is Borderlands 1, and the actual game itself had a blast going through just the standard playthrough. A lot of fun. I was playing as Mordecai, which is great.
Of course
but then
you do.
I played the DLC, and oh man, is the Borderlands 1 DLC like 50% good.
Yep.
50% good. Yeah.
50%
Here's
good.
the thing.
Bit of a
That's
hit and
accurate.
miss.
Yeah, the Claptrap Revolution, that's quite a bit of fun. It's like thematic. It actually is something that kind of establishes why all the Claptraps are dead in the second game, and your first encounters with Hyperion and seeing how corpo they all are. There's some good stuff in there. I think actually the best of the DLCs is the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the
which
first one.
is just so much fun. They had a clear theme. They executed it really well. Zombies, just general zombies, aren't challenging enemies, but there are so many of them that you can just get swarmed, and it's like, this is a very easy fight, and somehow I'm losing. And that feeling is perfect for a zombie game.
You have to remember that when Borderlands 1 was new, the concept of like variants of zombies, like the big tank, the spitter or something like that.
Yeah.
That was still a new concept as well.
That was novel. Yeah.
It was novel. Back whenever that game came out.
But zombies were big too. Like,
Yeah.
like it was hit after hit for zombie games.
I think that was also during the era of COD zombies, Call of Duty zombies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there's so many
And
options.
it was Valve that expanded the idea of like there being variants of zombies that could do different things, and you'd have to deal
Left 4
with them in different
Dead
ways.
and Dead
Yeah.
Rising. Oh man,
Yeah.
Dead Rising.
But surprisingly, that Borderlands 1 DLC still holds up very well.
I go
Unlike-
back to it every once in a while.
Yeah. What I imagine you probably don't go back to quite as much is the Secret Armory of General Knox, which is the better
Yeah.
of the two remaining ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it's a vehicle-based DLC, and the fun thing in Borderlands 1 with vehicles was running over small creatures.
Yes.
And this one, you're fighting like flying drones and other vehicles in your vehicle, and it's like, you got rid of the one really fun element of vehicles. And it just... Yeah, it's very annoying.
Yeah,
I think this actually could have worked in Borderlands 3 when they added vehicle customization, but in the first game, just it's no.
Yeah.
Borderlands 1 is unique because not only did it establish a successful franchise, but also because it hadn't really figured out what it was supposed to be. Like, it hadn't figured out its sense of humor. There was still a whole lot of like very down, straight-faced, horrifying things happening in the world, despite the cartoony aesthetic. And it was in the second one that they went way more like, oh, we need to lean into the camp about a lot of these things.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they did have some like wackiness and stuff in Borderlands 1, but it was very much hidden in like quest descriptions, which weren't read out loud. Whereas in Borderlands 2, like, everything's voice acted pretty much.
Yes.
Whereas in the first game, you had to read through like a paragraph of text to be like, a joke. But, yeah, and obviously the worst Borderlands 1 DLC is the Underdome. It's the arena combat one,
Yep.
where
Yeah.
you get no experience for killing enemies,
Yep.
and it's like you have to do 50 rounds or something in
Mad
total just to
Moxie's
advance a quest.
Underdome.
Yeah, it's garbage trash DLC for terrible people.
which is crazy because it also introduced probably one of the most iconic long-running characters in the franchise.
Yeah.
Mad Moxie is like a really great character who's just stuck around. So,
Yeah,
It's just sad that she had a crappy DLC.
yeah.
Like,
I
really
mean,
bad.
they didn't do a very good job of like fleshing out or characterizing a lot of any of the NPCs in the first game, and they only started figuring out how to do that with the DLC. And I remember, like, these days it's not uncommon
Except
to
Scooter.
see... Scooter was probably the only and most vocal NPC in the game.
Yes. Scooter's amazing.
I mean, even then, he's not the same Scooter that he is in the second game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the Scooter I remember and enjoy is the first Scooter, because I remember, like, the Underdome sucks, but I remember some of his dialogue during, like, the exterior quests. It's like I can't remember if it was during that DLC or like when he references back to Lucky. Or is that in the second? That's the second game. My bad.
No. In the Secret Armory of General Knox, he mentions that, oh yeah, I killed Lucky. I told you I was going to do that.
Yeah. And that, oh, so great. So great.
Yeah.
The one line that I will never forget that Scooter would say over and over again in the first game was, even if you do find that vault, what are you going to do with it? All we got here is mud, guns, and dirt. just he'd say that over and over, and it's like, yeah,
that's so funny.
You're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and they don't have a lot of luxuries of anything to sell you. What are you going to do with that money?
Yeah. I mean, the character I grew to love the most from replaying the first game is Tannis, because she's a great example of how dark the game can be.
Yep.
She was a little bit of a weird scientist when she first showed up on Pandora. Like, but not even in a way that would be weird in our world. Just like, oh, she's a scientist who's a little focused on her job. And then she gradually goes completely insane, and you get to listen to all the logs of her mind just fraying. And not only just from the first game, but in the second game as well, there are so many references to her suffering intense trauma, being physically tortured, having to watch everyone she knew die, being abandoned. Just, she has had the worst life out of just about anyone in the Borderlands franchise. It is wild.
Yep.
And then they did things with her in the third game that made no sense canonically.
Yep.
I can't really remember much of her from the third game. She was inside a creature at one point because a science lab was cold.
She plays a major role in the third game, and it's just like, that's not how that works.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, that's what you've done.
Okay, now I remember.
Yep.
Let's just go ahead and rewrite
Man, my
the
brain to push that away.
Yeah, for good reason.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to move on to my games now.
Yes.
Please share, Will.
Just recently, I finally picked up and started playing Far Far West, which is...
Yeah.
I gotta say, that game turned out to be significantly different. For anybody who doesn't know, Far Far West is a online multiplayer co-op game where you go on missions, and instead of it being, like a restricted area where you're running around and everything, it's like, no, this is like a very large open world area that you can explore a limited amount to find extra things to do, and you have a primary objective that will actually result in you leaving the area.
Yeah.
So I'm amazed at how successfully they've managed to mesh the concept of, like, here's a large area, explore it, and try to find the hidden things in it, and do some quests, and then leave. Like,
yeah,
it's very different from a typical extraction shooter, which is what I kind of expected it to be. I was imagining that it was going to be more like Deep Rock Galactic driven, and it's definitely got DNA of that. But
yeah, I think the maps are more Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's a game that I never played. So
those are like much bigger map areas where there are multiple things to do on them, or you could just go to the main thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots
I
of
think
explosions.
both the mention of Helldivers 2 and Deep Rock Galactic is a very good mashup of the games, because gameplay-wise, it's quite Helldivers 2, but kind of sense of humor and art style and just theming is much more Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah. And I've hardly gotten any time in on it so far, but I've loved how much I've been able to get in thus far, and I'm so looking forward to getting more of it in. If it wasn't for the fact that I had to wake up in time to do this podcast, and I had to wake up early yesterday for other stuff, I would have been playing it last night. So
yeah, I caught some of Tev's stream too of you guys playing it, and her cackle when she blew up one of the nuke barrels was hilarious.
It was glorious. Somebody took a clip of that, and she spoke to me after the stream, and she was watching the clip, and she was like, I didn't even mean to laugh that way, I just did.
Yeah.
The other game that I am actually finished with, I'm done with it now, is The Last Gas Station, which is an interesting little game. It's a small indie developed game that is basically you're playing as an anthropomorphic raccoon or a red panda or something. And
it's a red panda.
Red panda. And you buy a gas station out in the middle of the backwoods, and the backdrop is basically, electric cars are basically the standard now, and gas cars are way less common, but in this backwoods, there's problems with electrical circuits and whatnot, so people still use them out here. And it comes off as a game that's basically like a simulator. You can actually buy it in package with another game called Gas Station Simulator, and it's very similar.
Funny.
But the idea is, you've got a rundown gas station, go pump the gas. Okay, now you've got enough money. Now go ahead and like improve the gas tank, improve your gas storage, open up the garage, start fixing cars, open up the car wash, start washing cars. And eventually you can automate the entire system. And it would be fine if that's all that it was, because, it's kind of like a time wasting type of simulation game, which most simulation games very much so fall into. It's like, you're not really doing anything important.
My favorite.
You're just kind of doing these tasks. But it turns out that there's a reason why electrical circuits in the area don't really work. And it's all tied into the fact that people are like, oh, there are alien sightings. Oh, I've seen Bigfoot and stuff like that. So above everything else, what starkly astonished me was that after I got a conclusion, and the type of ending that you get is based on a series of inputs, including like the way that you theme your gas station. So like if you build up your gas station and you put decorations on it and you change the facade on the gas station to be like, oh, it looks like, a bunch of UFO stuff on the outside, or it's like, oh, we're leaning into, like the monster in the lake type of thing. You can change how much people are willing to pay for products that you stock on the shelves. So like all of the products that you put inside of the convenience store are themed. It's like, oh, this is UFO themed. This is, like Area 52 themed and stuff like that. So the type of theming on your products will make a big difference for how much that people are willing to pay for them, which can influence what you bother to stock in your store. And like there's an aspect of like management to the game, and it tracks what you're leaning into, and that can alter the type of ending that you get. And you can find out ultimately that there's something strange going on in the backwoods. I'm not going to say that the conclusion is really all that rewarding, but the fact that they have different conclusions quite surprised me, because most of the sim games, like, there are no conclusions. It's just like, well, you just kind of stop playing, but the game does actually conclude once you do something, and which ending you get is dependent upon how you've themed your gas station. And what is the most surprising about that ending is when the credits roll, there is a concert that plays, and they have written 4 different variations of the same song, roughly, with a couple of differences to the verses, and they have different instruments playing different parts of the song, and they have different vocalists for each version based on which character is singing, centered on the 4 different outcomes that you can have to the game. And I'm not gonna lie, the ending cutscene, like the ending music that they play, is a banger. Oh my god, it is so good. It completely shocked me that they had something with this much work put into it.
Hell yeah, dude. I love when games do that.
It was so good that I immediately turned. It was so good that I immediately turned around and I bought the soundtrack for it.
Hell yeah.
So you said Pyre?
That's good stuff. Yeah, Pyre does that as well.
Cool.
The Supergiant game that not many people played. It's the Spirit basketball game with a lot of story. But they have a custom song at the end, depending on
Supergiant,
what happened to your squad.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Supergiant Games they've always had a big thing for the music.
They've always had some level of adaptive music in their games. But
I remember,
but that one in particular, they have story based changes to the music. Yeah,
I remember that they I remember that when they did their first game, Bastion, that it was something utterly and completely unexpected to me that they had like actual vocal track at the end. And I really did love listening to that soundtrack for that game for a long time too. So
it's so good.
Man.
I mean, all of their music is good.
What
I have all of them.
What I will always remember about Supergiant Games is the fact that the guy who used to be the editor-in-chief for GameSpot left GameSpot to found that studio.
Oh.
Yep. I believe
I didn't know about that little detail.
Yeah, I think his name is Greg Kavazine or something.
Yeah, Greg.
Yeah, he was in like the very, very early days of GameSpot doing video. You can see video of him doing reviews and stuff because he was the chief editor for the website back then.
That's some fun lore I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, that's a thing.
Yeah. Anyway, support indies. Indies frickin' rule.
Oh, so many indies. I have so much in my You know, whenever the Steam sales come around and you're like, oh, there's a lot of indies on my wish list that I can get for like $5 a piece or less. Oh, should I be doing this? I haven't had enough time to play the games I got last time. All right. Well, that's the end, isn't it?
Yeah. We're pretty much at the end. Strife, tell people where to find you.
You can find me over on YouTube, youtube.com/ Oh no. What was
Is it Will Strife or William Strife?
Will Strife. It's youtube.com/Will Strife. I don't think you even need the @ symbol.
I'll have you linked down below.
You don't need the @ symbol. My channel's old enough that it is not necessary.
Cool. Yeah. Well, your stuff's gonna be linked below as well. You want like your Blue Sky or whatever in there too?
Yeah, my Blue Sky is a pretty good spot. And okay. My Twitch is probably the best place to send people out to at this point.
Cool. Yeah. And of course, Sarge's stuff is down below. Check out his Skyrim bows only playthrough that he's doing.
Yeah.
And you know where I am. I'm on the main Caedo Genesis channel, and I'm gonna be doing a little Skyrim something too. By cursing my character constantly.
Cursey.
It's going to be a fun time. So look forward to those things. And thank you, Strife, for joining me. And thank you, Sarge, for being here. And I hope you all have a good rest of your week. And we'll see you in 2 weeks on the next PIPCAST 3000 every other Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.